I'm the picture perfect of health, I will have you know.
Don't jinx yourself.
No.
I am so well that
That's how
nothing
it
could
sounds.
ever go.
No!
I'm not
That's when the worst things get
Yeah,
you.
I'm not finishing that
Germs might
sentence.
spread via Discord.
It was nice knowing
I'm a
you.
scientist, that can happen.
Oh no. She's
Oh
right.
no. She's a scientist.
She is a CN test.
My kitten just jumped off of me to go to Kieran, and I feel rejected.
Oh no.
Especially since I thought it didn't love Kieran like it loves you.
Oh no, she does now.
Was my joke funny because I said you're a CN test? Because doctors and stuff. Okay, I'll read the room. Okay.
Test.
Megan.
Cian test.
Yeah.
Semen
Megan
test would be more
asked-
accurate for Megan's job.
Scientist, CN test.
Megan asked
I gathered it was
the
science.
kitten love-
Someone validate me.
Huh? You do give the good kitty massages, you're right.
That's,
Right, what you guys
that
do on your own
can
time.
be, yeah.
No,
Like-
we meant the actual cat. No, stop it. Kieran, you said I hate everything.
Everything is awful.
It really is.
Everything is grim when you're part of a D20 group.
I mean, I'm not going to agree, but
Pussy.
was poisson. Poisson.
Now I need validating for my semen test, Joe. Love
Sorry,
me,
it's
Megan.
been-
Look, wait.
It's been a while since I've had any semen on me, don't worry.
I don't remember
All
what
right, get that
happened.
started.
What happened last session?
Chicken, most important thing.
Oh yeah, yeah.
How could you forget?
How
so
could
much
I
in
forget?
bag.
I forgot about seeing my son. That's kind of bad.
Oh yeah,
Wah.
My not son.
not as important as the chicken.
My son. Emo noises.
Ah, I need to get my phone charger. Sorry, my phone's on 2%. 1 sec.
Wow, imagine not charging your phone beforehand.
It's because I've been at a fucking disco,
Wow, some of us are lucky.
and it wasn't even for me. And then Steve told me everything that happened afterwards. That's why I'm late. Right, back sec. 1 second.
I was going to say, funnily enough, she was actually the earliest one out of everybody. Oh no, wait, Megan was, and then her.
I was gonna
Yeah,
say,
sorry.
It's fine. I guess I don't count.
You
Megan,
always count.
you're just so quiet. He didn't even hear you arrive. You did the secret thing.
Yeah.
Where you've been there the whole time. And then
Yeah,
suddenly goes,
Yeah.
Oh, holy shit! When
And-
did you get here?
And
Yeah.
we absolutely didn't have a full conversation or anything.
No,
You know?
nothing memorable.
Nothing memorable.
Okay. Don't. There's no room spray. I don't know. I can't smell.
Me neither.
It's what? Karen just said the room smells like floral penis.
That
Is that like a nicely
Um,
washed one?
kind of that, I guess.
No, the cat. Kieran startled the cat, so he sprayed.
Oh.
So I said, "Get a spray to cover it up," and he sprayed my floral deodorant, so now it smells like cat spray, but also
Floral penis.
flowers.
Yeah, I'm still not seeing how the penis comes into it.
Because I don't know.
Is this the part where you tell us Kieran is not so secretly naked right now? That's why it smells like penis.
I mean, he's not naked, but he did just take his trousers off.
Bow,
I was gonna
wow,
say,
wow.
look, when is he scenting the territory? Is that
mean-
why the penis is involved?
Yeah, I think Hanzo does it. Hanzo does it sometimes.
So Kieran has to cover it up with his own.
So yeah, yeah, dominance.
This
yeah.
is mine. Yeah. All I'll say to all that is that's all nice and well and lovely, but it kind of makes me confused as to why the cat went over there earlier then. Manpeen.
Hey, the trust retweeted my tweet that I put on of my children using interactive resources in maths. Approval.
I brought you one.
Pansy tried
Validation.
pomegranates for the first time because of a book we were reading.
Pomegranates.
I love pomegranates.
I love pomegranates too. The children love pomegranates. They were amazed. They were like, I've never seen this before, some of them. Others were like, oh, I have this all the time.
Whenever I hear it, the word pomegranate, I think of the meme where the guy's like, "Oh, we got some pomegranate." I'm like, that's not a pomegranate, and he says, "I don't know my fruits." It's on TikTok a lot. It's just stuck in my brain.
Maybe that's why they were so excited to try pomegranates.
I think it went viral because of some.
I'm like, oh, they're really enjoying this book. They're enjoying the book so much. They're so excited for pomegranates, and they're just like, oh, I get to try this TikTok meme thing.
Yeah, you get to try this fruit that someone said
Oh,
on
man.
TikTok.
I feel like I should have listened out to see if anyone said I don't know my fruits.
I'll find the video and I'll share it.
Can I be bothered to tweet pictures of the Halloween disco right now? No, so I will not. They can wait until tomorrow.
Bum, 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 bum.
There you go. I've sent
Why
it.
does this look like a guy I've done a PGC with?
You'll understand the meme now.
Bum,
Got a
bum,
slice of pomegranate in it.
bum, 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 bum,
Send him twice.
bum, bum,
He looks exactly like a guy I did my PGC
Oh, it's Max
with.
Bosch.
bum, bum.
Yeah. I just like that he turns to the camera and says, "I don't know my fruit."
Yeah, you're not. Scrub.
We can hear you singing.
Oh, I've been saying right for the longest time.
Right.
Oh, you might have been muted then.
No, I was going right through the entirety of everything.
Oh, well then.
I did not hear anything.
I've only literally just started to hear you.
Ah, we will be quiet. We'll be quiet so you can recap then.
Me.
Right.
I don't know if you're ready.
I gave up after the fifth one and then decided to just clean the kitchen.
Well, that's your fault for being on mute.
And he's gone again.
Can't eat anymore.
Bands.
Bands?
And
Okay. Right. Yeah, sorry, I was dealing with a bunch of bands.
Hey, you leave me alone.
I was just gonna
And there's only one of me, alright?
Oh man. It's only we've literally been on like 20 minutes. The amount of
Let's go.
bullying that has happened.
we can do this. Speed recap.
Wait, I can recap?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I was just watching me play as soon as she goes carrying on. Okay. To the best of my ability, I'm going to be walking around saying it. Right, Lycoris and Anessa were planning and plotting, and then, yeah, that kind of happened. Then came about Lycoris asking for favours of sorts. Of keeping a young Mr. Vladimir occupied. Maybe having a chat, introducing him to his works of, well, God damn it, of his works of the mechanical kind, and just Mr. Lost, looking like, no, I'd rather not. Why do you do this to me? And then it's like, I'm asking a favour. It's like, fine, but if he gets too annoying, I'm gonna need you to be quick. So, that kind of happened. Lycoris and Anessa went off on a magical adventure. then oh, what was it? Yeah, Janesta. Then after that, I'm very blurry on what happened with oh god, with Esatari. I remember there was a bit of interaction, but not that much.
She
Oh
went
wait, no,
in-
no, 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 no. The dream.
Yeah, she went to the dream state and she had
To the
Lycora sit in the
dream
room to
state.
protect her.
Oh sure, yeah. Didn't that happen before you two? Well, before
Magical adventure.
yeah,
That happened.
before the Adventure of the Yawning Void, or did that happen first? Ugh, my mind.
I don't remember the order. All I remember is I kept getting invited into people's rooms and
Yeah.
Anessa was
Yeah.
getting stuff.
But right, at whatever order it was, that happened. Then the dream state happened. Um, Esatari found out some things, saw a bunch of nightmares. I didn't hear fully into the conversation, so I can't give a full-on tab of ifs and whats and hows.
If what's
But
candies and nuts.
mm-hmm. But well, things were found out, things were told, and well, yeah, that happened. Rubbish explanations. I do apologise. Um, then afterwards, it was just a very brief and quite well. Wouldn't exactly say it was that long of a conversation between Cliff slash Brewin and oh, brain Merrick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the conversation was quite brief, but was a mixture of everything and well, a few explanations here and there. He seemed to know a lot and was very blunt in. Of course, I know I was there. Blah blah blah. And more or less in finding out what the general course of planning was for where our next destination was to be. And as we were making our way there, we went straight back to Lycoris and Nessa from where they were ported right into the castle. And if I remember right, your spell plumed a big old dust of smoke.
I made a
Something
teleportation
like that?
circle.
That's the one that
Yeah,
made
yeah.
smoke.
It's really
The
good.
smoke came a voice of what's going on here. Whoever it is, he said a certain name. I don't remember. He said something, and then he realised it was you two. Was it? Welcome back. He was dressed in some form of shade of red, whether it was a crimson or a light or a more of a marron, but he was looking fancy, and he also revived his lover. He was a still quite well weary state looking elf who was going through the motions and the sickness of being revived for the first time. So that's always fun. And then came a bit of patching up as well as just well the favour being asked of oh yeah, do you still have the downstairs area open up? And he's like, you mean where we killed the crazy bitch and we took her throne? Yeah, sure. You can go down there. You may have someone who may want to see you, though. Looks like it. Then visited the sun. Then realised they didn't have diamonds to commit the deed of greater restoration, so they, well, asked for a small loan of 1,000,000 diamonds.
Basically.
Not really.
Is it a loan? Technically, it was my property.
Well, I'll have you know it's mine now.
But yeah.
Yeah.
And that happened, and Ravi got revived, unpetrified, and healed, and then you guys made your way to surprise a very very lust-filled eyes of Vlad seeing his companion back and alive. And the chicken boy, that is Ravi, getting extremely excited and lumping on Ravi, and meanwhile Mr. Lost in the background silently miming and looking at like Horace going, what the actual fuck? Why? And then saying, what the fuck? Out loud. Can't really remember what else happened after that because I think we went into more or less player talks of where we were just talking about the maps of other things.
We agreed to go to Gustodon,
Yes.
I was going to say we already agreed upon that at the start of the session.
and
Yes,
then we
but
got
it was
and
one
then we,
to get the chicken.
and then we got distracted after the chicken came back because we were talking about what was going to happen in Gustodon. And then we ended the session because we got really distracted talking about how awkward it's going to be because, you know, Anriel and
Yes.
Kieran, everyone.
wondering
think
whether
Good to have those chats.
I think Esatari should go and hit on Lupola because, you know, he's not getting married anymore, so he could be a free agent. But she does now have a gardener, so.
Yes. Who has nothing about him whatsoever.
And I even sent Lee a new skyship map, and I put a little garden on there for him too.
Oh!
Just as a forward notice, I still have to edit in Roll20 side the map of that. So we'll use the current map for the time being, but that map is ready. Air quotes on the game.
Yeah.
I just got to tinker with something.
And technically, there's no garden yet, so.
Yeah.
He's growing it.
Exactly, it's not ready yet, so we have to wait for him to do it before we can put it on screen.
Be right back.
Ah!
He's jumping onto his headset.
Discord sounds have changed. When did they do
It's the Halloween sounds.
Oh, it's normal for me.
Oh, I have Halloween sounds.
Mine
I
went,
saw a Halloween
"Ooh."
pop-up thing, but I just closed it because
Yeah.
I don't read things.
Yeah, I did too.
You don't read the messages that pop up?
No.
No, because it's all usually
Oh.
just telling me to pay for nitro, and I'm like, no,
Yeah.
I don't want it.
Well, I read them all just in case. But I'm very risk averse.
It's
so-
I don't open letters either, so I guess it's kind of.
I'm really bad for that. Yeah,
bad.
really bad for it. I got told off.
Ryan keeps saying like, is he gonna have to start opening my letters for me?
That's illegal!
I know, and that's when I go fine. I'll go open them for a day and then go back to ignoring everything.
Yeah, that's what I did. But that screwed us over because we had to like pay something, and I was like, oh, well, it was the insurance. Like the vet said that they fucked up the insurance for Jet's diabetes thing. So, but then because we put in like for the mortgage stuff, they basically had put it to like collection agency or something, but we'd already processed a complaint, but they weren't doing the complaint yet. So I just thought they'd forgotten about it and weren't asking us for the money anymore because it was their fault. So we forgot about it. But then we were like, oh, we're going to put all our mortgage documents in now. And then we got the letter saying, you need to pay this money. So we just paid it. We were just like, I've had enough of this fucking hassle. It was like 600 quid though. I was like, I don't want to pay it.
Also, I do have spooky noises I could hear at that time.
Ooh.
It's like a little like woo
Yeah.
when people join. Okay, what on the airship? Where are we going? How far have we got? Are we all still alive?
Yes, no, maybe, I don't know. Can you repeat the question?
I mean, were we ever truly alive?
Good question.
I mean, I'm not technically, but I'd say Anessa's pretty dead inside at the moment.
She's pretty happy now. She made her brother
That's
happy.
true. That's true.
She's happy.
There we go. She needed
She's a-
something. She needed to pick
she's-
me up from somewhere.
Yeah, but she had a pick me up. She had a nice breakfast pick me up. She's doing all right now. I want to have a thing where she's like just messaged him like every day, or something. Whatever
they're
the
like-
thing is.
New friends. I say
Yes.
friend. I winked. You couldn't see me wink because I forgot we weren't on.
Yes,
We weren't
the
in
new
person.
friend.
You knew a
I want
News.
them to, because he did message, didn't he? He messaged and
Yeah.
invited me. So I'll have sent like a message some of the days, just to keep in touch. But
Yeah,
feel-
only
not
some.
being too
Only
keen.
some, but yeah, you got to try be a little bit like cool, a bit aloof.
Yeah,
Don't
she
try
doesn't
too hard.
exactly. She did quite like this person, and she went a bit too hard, a bit too fast with Esatari, and she's trying not to do that again. But she's also doesn't know how to pursue someone properly.
Play the long term.
I mean, he sent you a message out of the blue. I think he's pursuing you at this point. It's like other way around.
She doesn't see it like
Whereas
that.
Estari's there, like, messaging him daily. Oof.
Ooh,
Some days. You
Right.
invited your gardener with us.
I mean, true.
It's
Right.
because she was getting over the trauma of Trafalgar leaving. Okay.
Yes.
Just so we don't,
Like every day, I'm like, you hired your guy.
just so we don't risk losing too much more time.
Sorry.
No, not whatsoever. I
Horrible.
really didn't want to interrupt. We, at the moment, are on the ship halfway between Gustodon and Janasta. You guys had set on returning home, checking up on everybody. As I told you last week, you've all got your own individual things you could do. A lot of you currently don't want to face the challenges, we'll call them, in your lives, or at least not at this precise moment anyway. Some of you wouldn't have minded going home, but you're part of the group. In some cases, it's your last option, which is remaining in Janasta to help Brewin with his overall problem, because it could be a long-term thing that you will be stuck dealing with, and it could mean the end to some things. So, you decided to return to a place you all know well, that you have some old friends in, and you are currently halfway between. This night in particular is where we'll start. You can all feel the soothing, cool winds flowing past as you're flying across the skies in a slow glide. Bless you. Most of the crew have gone below deck to rest for the night. A lot of your named crew especially have done so as well. Some are still up, like preparing for the next day and so on and so forth. Others are currently in their assorted rooms, either preparing for something that someone might have requested of them, or otherwise just living life aboard the ship. The captain is still in his quarters alongside his navigator, talking about the routes to use. From what little you guys know, most of this has just been fully left to the captain to deal with, and it's worked like a dream, so you just fully just leave him to it. They do the job well. As you're gliding along, it would be around about the later, like 10, 11 p.m. by this point. Would everyone have already begun their rest for tonight, or is there anything in particular anyone would like to do? This is a couple of hours after, of course, Ravi has come back on board. Vlad is spending most of his time with him. They're basically ransacking the pantry and got immediately shouted at by 4 members of the staff, and then they ran away like giddy children.
I apologise to the crew before I go to bed.
Chicken back.
And then
Estari would have been in the library trying to research how to, improve the constitution of chickens.
Yeah. Good and healthy, balanced diet. That kind of thing.
Just making notes before going to bed.
See, make a investigation check.
How good is my library? Did Mother give us enough money?
She certainly.
I like this. Your answer to knowledge is just more
How
money.
much money?
Good books cost money, okay?
They
Otherwise,
do.
it's just gonna be full of like fucking £2 smut.
All I'm gonna say is like any uni books.
Didn't mean to have advantage on.
Oh, that's fine. I'll say this particular night at least, you read the basics of like uh, good good meals to prepare for it. You know that Ravi is fucking hell, why did my brain go numb there? Chicken dragon, to put it simply. Turns people to stone. That thing.
Jeez.
Thank you. There we go. So you know, unlike normal chickens, he's got kind of a mixed diet because feeding him seeds and greens and all that fun stuff could kind of work, but at the same time, you can basically just feed him meat as well, because
Because love me.
dragons love meat. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, so as long as you give him a very decent, and considering the size of him though, it's going to take up a lot. But if you give him a balanced diet, then absolutely, he will become a sturdy chicken boy. And give him lots of walks, but given the commotion you listened to earlier, you're pretty sure that's not a problem. But yeah, you kind of like stow the book away just for tonight and just think about reading the rest the next day. Anybody else? Okay.
I think I'm okay. Just happy, content with Vlad being happy again.
Then, as the night slips very slowly into the darker shades, the ship slows to almost a crawl, as it has done plenty of times before. After about a couple more hours pass, there's small motions of footsteps, as always, as people are taking over the equivalent to a night shift and just keeping an eye. There's a gentle tapping on each of your doors, and if there's no answer, the tapping is no longer a thing. If the door is unlocked, they open the door, and they're not quiet. They're fully like swinging, stepping on all of the floorboards. They don't enter further than just opening the door, but you each hear from one of the deckhands that there's trouble coming, as each of you are essentially summoned. When you get to the top deck, the captain and Sage, the navigator, let you all know that they have seen wyverns in the distance. What do you guys want to do?
Which direction do I?
Predominantly from behind, but they say that someone did see one from the left as well.
Does it seem that the wyverns have spotted us, or is it just that they're casually flying?
They're not too sure yet, but they are. If they continue flying this direction, they will see us and they will more than likely attack.
Can we reroute?
Yeah, I was thinking that.
I mean, we're not in a rush to get to Gustaden.
Hmm.
We could reroute if... I'd rather reroute than fight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because if anyone gets seriously injured, there's fuck all we can do about it right now.
Yes, I agree.
And we don't really want to bring the crew members back to a funeral for families. Like, hey, your family's back, but they're back in a box.
Sorry.
Sorry.
I don't want Esatari's new gardener to be to be hurt.
Cannon fodder.
First trip with us, and he's like, oh no.
Is it tokens? Just doing some reorganising, don't mind me. Yeah, so you tell the captain your general intention. He just says, it was the plan, yeah. Just wanted to make sure you were aware of circumstance. It's got to take about a minute. I'll need a few of the hands to give me a bit of help with the sails and the like, but we'll manoeuvre around a little bit.
Just I know they're a bit notorious, so on the off chance that they do follow, would you all mind just staying up for just a little bit, at least an hour?
Sure thing.
Lovely. Right. Sage, shall we? And then she just nods very gently, daintily. They spend the next couple of minutes. Sage wanders down below, gathers a couple of deckhands. You see the captain immediately on deck, grabs the wheel. The deckhands come along, they begin tinkering, and you see these sails slowly extending outward. About 5 minutes pass before you actually start fully like moving, and the captain, places his hand on what you've seen him do before when it comes to starting the engine. It's kind of like a horn in essence, just a button on the middle of the wheel that he pushes gently, and you see the many crystals across the ship start to illuminate, and you feel the motion start to begin. This gentle hum emanates from them as it charges to the ship. You all now can see these, just barely, these flecks of something in the distance coming your way. As you begin powering, the ship starts to move across and sails very gently toward the dark continent of, toward Gustodon. As it begins moving, about half an hour goes by, you're sailing through the air, you're all top deck, a couple of deckhands still kind of like looking around. The captain just like keeping his eye out, you see he's got a little spyglass checking the distance. He passes it off to Sage, looks down toward you all. I can't quite see them all that well, but I'm just gonna keep moving for at least another 20 minutes or so. If they're still out of sight by then, I think we'll have lost them. As it continues moving and you're still waiting, another 20 minutes go by. The ship, at a pretty normal pace. It's not enough to really cause anyone like concern or anything. There is a gentle hum and a vibration across the ship, which, other than giving people a little bit of an awkward rest, it's not going to really hurt much. 20 minutes go by. The ship continues moving at that pace as the captain starts to manoeuvre around the top deck, spyglass in hand, just checking, pass it over to Sage, and she also kind of like checks. And then, he walks up to you all and goes, well, that seems to have fixed the problem. Doesn't really look like they're still catching up. It could have just been they were coming a little bit too close. I just didn't want to risk an attack. There has been some strange occurrences with flying ships as of late around this area. Thank you all for coming to the call. Apologies. Enjoy the rest of your morning.
I'll just
problem.
stay about on deck just in case.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
All right. Well, I'm more of a night owl anyway, so I'm gonna stay up and fly the ship just for at least 2 hours or so more. At a gentle pace like this. More so out of a bit of paranoia. Once we're off of the Ghost's Isles here, then we'll probably be all right. This place in general just gives me the creeps.
Are we all above deck at the minute?
Mm-hmm.
The ghost styles.
I know. Inessa gets a shiver. I feel like if he's concerned, it might be a good idea to keep vigilant.
Okay.
So I'm gonna. I want Vlad and Ravi to go below deck and.
Oh, they weren't woken up.
Oh, that's okay then. That's what I was actually we're all up here. I was like, that's fine. But yeah, I don't mind staying up here with like Horace if they seem worried.
Okay.
I don't sleep anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. I nap up here.
You, depending on how heavy a sleeper you are, feel something light that's very warm suddenly is flung gently over you as you're napping.
Oh, nice.
And for everyone
Who did that?
else, you see that Sage has brought over this finely made wolfskin pelt and has gently laid it across her body. So,
Very nice.
as the ship continues for about another hour and a half, by this point you see in the distance that the light from Janasta's sun is slowly illuminating a little brighter to summon the light for the world, as to act as the morning sun. You know that it's probably coming to somewhere near like 5-6 a.m. and the time kind of just flew. You all kind of look around for a second, and the captain kind of rubs his temple for a second. He looks backwards, then looks toward Sage, and they both kind of give each other a confused look. And then they both go to either side of the ship, left and right, and they look overboard and look down, and then they look back into the distance. As you guys, any of you that attempt to anyway, to do the same, you see that the distance you were moments ago versus what you should be at this point, you're a lot further away from Janasta than you expected. And the captain immediately turns and looks to you all and goes, we appear to have... I don't really know how to say it, but we've moved through a time zone.
Whoa.
It shouldn't be this bright yet. It's confusing. The sun over there, it shouldn't be so bright yet. And then he looks down below, and for anyone that is observing, he points down. Do you all see those stalagmites down there in the bottom of the ocean? With the fact of this light right now, I shouldn't be able to see it, much less be able to point it out. These are the Ghost Isles. It's proposed that many ships that once sailed across from Gustodon to Janasta went back when the seas were less all-encompassing. These large protrusions would cause sudden destruction to ships that were caught unawares in the middle of the night. And you know how rumour spreads. People started calling it the Isle of Ghosts because of the wrecked ships. And of course it continued, and it at this point is an urban legend, but the fact that I can see it right now means that, and again obviously the light, I shouldn't be able to see it right now. The sun's glow is increased too soon, or we've been moved through a time zone. And then as he's looking around, from where you all are at the moment, you're not so high up in the sky that you could see every continent. it's a sphere, for crying out loud. We're not flat earthers here. You can
Flat Earth.
Yourself.
well, I'll have you know.
I think Ryan would stop Megan from being friends with us if we were flat earthers. I've seen his
Ryan,
comments.
Yeah.
Ryan's very into flat Earth.
Oh my god.
I've heard him talk about it so many times. Be like, these fucking idiots.
No, it just so silly. But like, at the very least, you can see a relative amount of the backside of Theron. You can obviously see Gastonin and Janasta, and as he's like pointing stuff around, and he looks towards the back end of Theron, the capital city of Elune, we'll call it a castle. It's a many-layered series of outer towers and larger buildings that sort of stack onto each other in an odd way. But they have a series of lantern lights that constantly float around the top during the middle of the day to highlight the city itself as the City of Lights. He looks over toward it, and as he does, you see immediately he's like scratching the back of his head with these large chunker of hands, and he just sighs loudly. Yep, appears to be the second one. And he's like fully like leaning off the side of the ship, just making guaranteed sure. But as you all look over, you can see the City of Lights itself. These large lantern lights that are floating above the city. Like, there's hundreds of the things, don't get me wrong, but they're still pretty fairly sized. They're about the size of a person each. But they're illuminated in many different colours. Predominantly it's orange, but many different colours float above it, and it's to help guide people toward the city for the sake of commerce as well as, you know, for the sake of pretty things. And he looks back at you all and goes, this isn't something I know, nautically speaking. It is fully just an assumption based on fact. I'm not sure what to say here, boss. Looking at you, Lycoris. This is not something I'm accustomed to. All
So
things.
this-
Sorry, Karen.
I was just gonna say, so this place isn't meant to exist.
No, you appear to have moved through time somehow. Like
Would
forward.
Atari have any kind of reading knowledge of it?
Make an Arcana check. I would say at the very least, given the kind of powers and the knowledge of the Fae in general that you would have, weird time zones are not exactly your forte per se, but you could easily say that maybe you unknowingly did slip through some kind of portal somehow. Because it's not like you yourself were intentionally looking for any Fae portals, so your eyes weren't immediately clicked onto it.
I was gonna say, I'll also do my whimsy eye.
Yeah, there we go. So your eyes close for a split second, then flicker open, and as they open, the entire ship is currently radiating the energy. Now, with the logic that you know of, and looking down at the ship, you know that for a short period of time, anyone that's been through the Fae that isn't a Fae will be covered in it. It's kind of like a gentle smoke that emanates off of you, the colour of whatever things you've interacted with. So, in most cases, if you've just been there, you'll have rainbow colours. If you've interacted with some kind of she or a fiendish figure that's intended to take your name and that kind of thing. Tricksters, you'll come out with either a green or a red depending on their intentions on you. The entire ship is currently radiating general just rainbow light. So it could have been the case that, without knowing, you guys had slipped through a Fey portal.
Estara's
Oh.
just like nodding her head, like, "Oh fuck yeah!" This is why she's so into mushrooms.
And we're all still stood here with confusion because this is your inner monologue. So we're all like, what the fuck's going on? And you're like, fuck yeah, Fey World.
See, the thing is as well
You're
that's
all my people now.
the thing that's interesting as well is, under normal circumstances, going through the portal usually means you're there for a time and you have to find a way back out. And usually if you find a way back out, you have to risk losing your memory. But you are of, to some degree, the Fae, so it doesn't really work on you. So you know for a fact that, at least for your own sanity's sake anyway, you've not been through a portal and forgotten everything, because you just are incapable of doing that. You would remember. So it could have just been the case of the ship moved through a portal, and that was that. A
Would
couple
we
of
still
seconds
be
go by.
in the portal, or
Uh,
it would see different if we were in an actual.
if you were in an actual portal, you're pretty sure that everyone would know.
So we've been through a portal, but none of us remember, and that's why we're confused.
No, but I would remember,
She would remember.
and I'm still confused.
hmm
So
I'll just
Oh.
turn to them and be like, "You're all so beautiful right now."
thanks.
And then I'll say, "It looks as though we've been through a portal."
Oh, what now?
What? Am I still napping?
Yeah.
You suddenly wake up
Okay.
like, huh? What?
You're like, I am so rested right now. It feels like I've been sleeping for days.
That is a good point. Do I get a long rest?
Yeah.
Woohoo!
Nice.
So time has actually passed. It doesn't just seem like it has.
But
No,
we're
it's
back in.
strangely past.
But we're in the real world. Like we're in
Yeah.
our world.
You're still in your world. Like, the continents all still look the same. It just seems to be a different day.
Did we pass through it and back out of it? Are we in it now? Like,
Or did we like go through it in a sense that the portal was there and we flew through it, but we didn't actually go through it? Do you get what I mean? Like when you go through the hoops in Hogwarts Legacy and it speeds you up. Like we
maybe
didn't
it's just
actually.
like a.
Well, because you said that the day's further along, but did you
Mhm.
say we've like moved spatially as well?
Yeah. Physically, you are far closer to the Custodon now.
Okay, so it does seem like we have just lost a few hours.
That's helpful.
I mean, I'm not going
And
to complain.
rested.
Fast travel.
Would you guys
Yeah.
like to?
So,
Would you
once
guys like to
again-
know what the trickery is?
Yes.
So, all I'll say is, we are currently on the topic of the Fae, and
Yeah.
one of you is a lovely dreamer, the
Ah.
Traumarine.
Okay.
As part of your... There wasn't really any agreements or anything, but there's a ginger nudge towards... I don't want to say destiny, because that's not the word whatsoever, but you're going in a direction, is the way I'll put it. So you have temporarily been given an ability of progress. So once per journey with you lot, or specifically once every month, when you guys are travelling, at any point, your dear friend Titania might shove you through time a little bit.
She's kind of just been like, "Hurry up!" Gives us a little push.
She gave us zoomies. Nyum.
Oh, that's nice. I thought it was something spooky with the
Yeah.
ghosts.
I'm sorry, it's alright, guys. Everything's chill. It's just the Queen of Dreams.
Just looking at you like, what the fuck are you on?
I'm still like looking around at all the colours none of the rest of you can see.
Has she got like huge pupils right now? Like, does she look high as fuck? Are we all just looking at her like, okay?
And you should like mushrooms, but fucking hell.
Yeah.
She's
This
got
is
like
the truth. she's
She
just
got
constantly
saucer eyes.
It turned out, after everything, it wasn't Trafalgar that was the drug fiend.
I'm just
Um,
getting the vibes that she's got like huge
Natural stuff
saucer
on her.
eyes, and she's staring at all the sparkly lights no one else can see.
With a little dreamy
Yeah.
smile.
well, I
Yeah,
guess
she's high.
I guess the question is, what do your eyes look like when you whimsy eye?
I don't know. Can't ask me questions like this.
Yes, I can.
I need time to prepare.
Like a lady.
Well, technically, we've given you that.
Titania gave us some time.
Aha.
Okay, I'll get back to you in a couple of hours.
Okay.
No, they'll be kind of they'll kind of darken and kind of be like have a little bit of kind of like a starry shimmer to them, kind of like a dusky sky.
Cute.
Cute.
And
So,
yeah, sure, they're big and round.
anime eyes.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, yeah.
with
Okay, no, go.
with that, of course, you guys would have seen her do this multiple times. It might not have been the case of you're always seeing her do it, but you'd know what it looks like by now, at least. So yeah, the only not really downside, because you already know what it is now, is that you'll never be aware of the events that happen between being shifted and your final destination. Time does pass, though it passes safely. If there's ever the case of, while you guys are being shunted from one to the next, that something would occur, I myself will, as the DM, straight up just be like, oh, weird, she's not helping you today, haha. Because DM magic. But yes, that context is given to you via, shall we say, our little friend Tari. Who, like, as a little like squirrel is like running around your neck, just kind of go doing the little chipper noises.
But we're still seeing a city that shouldn't be there.
That shouldn't be illuminated.
Okay, so it is there, we just shouldn't be able to see it.
Like Gustodden is illuminated.
No, Elune, the
Oh, okay.
capital city of Theron.
Okay, just because it's lighter we can see it.
Heavily illuminated.
Ah.
And
Weird.
Gustodden is closer.
What's up, Captain? Don't worry, it's just a little helping hand.
Okay, if you say so. You see his eyes are fully like looking around as if he's trying to figure out what that means. So, as your journey continues,
Estari will go down to the kitchen and try and see what nutrient-rich foods there are to feed up Ravi with.
gonna fat that boy up.
Looking for some fresh, homegrown vegetables. Maybe pretty hard to get on a ship, probably, but you know.
Yeah. But at the very least,
So I brought a gardener.
yeah. Well, when you guys settle down, you can actually probably make a herb garden of some kind, or start farming on the ship.
We'll buy
Might-
some seeds.
It'll be a little awkward to always, like, get some attention to it or water it properly, but at the very least, you have the option.
That's what we have a gardener for.
Yes. So
I can't summon the sun.
the sun.
I was going to say we got our cleric here.
Yeah, cast Sunbeam just for the garden.
Yeah.
As you all continue forward, the ship continues without delay. The next week and a half goes by. Actually, let me just double check, because I do have a thing. Okay. You guys manage to get within a mile of landfall. On this final day, you are all, of course, rested to oblivion, So anything you are missing, recover it. If there is anyone who needs to talk to anyone, do it now before I say it is time to land.
I will just message the people that we were going to talk to. So I will go to Anessa and be like, can you message? Can you send a message to my mother, to Anriel, to Lupula, and to Esatari's uncle? But I'll get her to do it the day before we land, not now, because then she'll get her spell slots back. So in the run up to this, when we were almost a day away,
Yes.
she can then message them all and say, we'll be back in a day. Let us know where you are and we'll come see you. You know, just politeness.
Strange, yes.
Carrick at some point will probably ask, well, Carrick/Cliff will probably ask Merrick at some point if he's got any business of his own to attend to, or whether he's just going to be accompanying us.
Ugh. You really think I'm gonna be piss-assing around in Aelin? I hate my guts.
They will hate your guts.
Come on. They're dark elves. Of course they're gonna hate my. They hate your guts just for having them. They're gonna hate me even more for being a dwarf. I'm probably gonna see what good old Doran's like. The shithole that it last was, anyway.
Fair enough then. Well, don't get lost, and well, you know where to find me if you really do need us, so yeah.
Well, could say the same to you, but I feel like you'll get into trouble either way, so
That's a possibility.
well, at the very least until this big wooden brick of yours gets off the ground again. Make sure you don't get killed. I'm already not used to this face, I don't want to see another one.
Tell me about it.
Kinda just
It's weird on you, and
nuts.
how it is on me every time I pass a window and I'm like, who's that? And now I realise it's me.
Kinda, he just nods a little bit. Hey. Well, anyway. All things going well, I might be able to get a proper blacksmithy to help with your little ragtag crew. But that's probably a hard pass, knowing him. But we'll see.
Could always be a proposition to the others to explore down there, down there as well.
He just shrugs a little. Well, if they don't want a blacksmith, that ain't my ken. Frankly, you're really the only one I care about, little man.
Well, I kind of gathered that much. It would be a bit weird if you cared for any of the others you just met not so long ago.
Shakes his head a little bit. I swear I'm gonna clip that mouth of yours right back to the days I first met it.
But then you'd miss it for how charming I am.
Aye, not to mention with my bum leg I can't reach it anyway, so I'll let you off. Well,
I'm just going to smile quite coyly at that.
just gotta ask. When you're done here, what's your plan?
Well, I'm going to sort of look around and I'm just going to lean in and just say, try not to make a too big deal out of it, but I don't think we really have one. It's just more of, well, more or less connecting with people here again, finding out the happenings and goings on here, and then making our next move accordingly to, well, how the wind flows, really.
So you're gonna piss ass about until something finds you. Got it.
A little bit, yeah.
Mm.
Or until we find something that we need to, well, sort out.
Sounds about right. You truly have become an adventurer.
Well, the free life always did suit me.
You deserve it. There's been enough shame and bloodshed. No point dragging you further.
Mm-hmm.
Do whatever makes you feel right.
Yeah, well, to a degree. It's going to be a mixture of tying up loose ends here, seeing collateral damage, hearing reports, and, well, showing face to people we've made, well, contact with who are, well, quite notorious down there, and as well as who are quite popular as well, so a little carrying a favour from each people, and then basically, well, if we get a chance, enjoy a bit of downtime before, well, the inevitable if at some point I decide to go back to Janesta to, well, finish things.
Well, either way, when you do, I better be stood somewhere nearby with a crossbow in hand. 'Cause I'm ready to shoot that fugly old prick in the nose.
Just make sure you don't go disappearing or find yourself down a hole somewhere.
What are
Where
you
I can't
trying to
find
say? Says the one who I found in the hole.
you. No, you're the one who's quite good at hiding, so you can even elude me.
Yeah, well, it's not very hard to not be found. Big world out there, you know.
That it is.
Right. Looks like this big bucket of your friends is starting to lean toward the ground, so I'm gonna go sit somewhere that doesn't risk me getting thrown overboard.
You really don't really trust airships, do you?
It's a thing that flies that doesn't have wings. I can't control that. You're damn right I don't trust it.
It's basically the same as a boat, apart from it's, well, sailing in the skies.
Yeah, but if your boat sinks, you can still swim to shore. If this thing crashes, I'm fucked. I can't fly. My leg don't even work properly.
It's not going to fall straight down. It has gravity magicals around it to the point of where it'll be descending down, and it has sails to act like, well, makeshift glider wings, so you'd be gliding down. Quite fast, but
Wait,
not
wait.
exactly.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go punch that little fucker. I can't remember what his name was. Who thankfully neglected to mention the gravity magic. What the fuck is that? I've been on the ship for nigh a month, and nobody told me that. And I've been here fearing every day.
How else do you think he, well, makes this entire thing fly?
Ah ha ha, very funny, I know that, but not when it comes to crashing. I just assumed if this thing stopped working, it just goes phew, and that's dust.
Well, as you know what, yeah, just go find the captain, talk to him about it. I'm sure he'll be happy to find whatever you have to say to him.
I'm sure he has a good explanation of what, and yeah, just find out.
He's got a raised eyebrow.
Bruin being slightly impatient about trying to explain again of basically what a ship with mass gliding sails are and what basically essentially is an airship.
So, as you finish talking to it, the ship at this point is genuinely gliding downward, very slowly. There isn't really a place for the ship to land airstrip wise, because Gustodon, while it can have air travel, it doesn't have a designated place for it to land. So in most cases, you kind of just land as close to Gustodon that isn't outside of the borders. Otherwise, well, you risk pissing off a lot of people. So you come close to one of the borders, and the captain prepares the assorted manifesto and general who's and what's. He leads a small party of a couple of men to say that they, generally speaking, are going to be doing like commerce with Gustodon in general because they need to refill the ship, and to say that some of the members live here and that you, as the party, are going to be here as well temporarily, because you have business with Lady Devane. Give me a second though, because there are some other things that you need to be made aware of. Be right back.
Yes.
Ooh.
Mysterious.
Whoa. Mysterious DM.
I'm gonna go to the bathroom.
That's a good shout. I'm gonna go to.
Hi, I am back. Sorry, I had to go grab my phone because it has the information of which I must purvey.
Well, Megan and Chloe just ran to the loo because you disappeared.
Oh, fuck, well, I've got to go pee anyway, so I'll go pee now. Yay!
I'm back. Hello. Hello.
Oh, hey, you.
Meow!
Meow meow. I think we're just waiting on Megan to come back.
Okay.
Meow 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 meow. Meow
Meow.
meow meow meow. I genuinely thought that was Megan in like a really soft voice going,
Meow!
no, I'm here.
Meow! 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 Meow!
No.
It says my quest is to talk to Damon, but it's not letting me talk to him about Karlak. Never mind.
Sometimes you gotta have Karlak with you.
Yeah.
I did have Karlak with me, but he let me look at his wares, but then I looked at his wares and bought something and I talked to him again and now it's worked. So.
Yeah, he was like, you don't get nothing for free.
You gotta buy it first.
You want this body? I know you want this body. Buy this sword. It's like, oh, okay.
This sword's not worth 9 gold, but okay.
Whatever you say, Damon.
I got
Whatever
a
you say.
Shadow Heart, a +2 shield. Well, it's a +2 armor shield, not a +2 shield. Don't think I'd be able to get that at this point.
But is it
Hey,
a
I'm
+2 shield armor? Hi back. Is everybody here?
Heyo!
Impart your knowledge upon us.
Okay, good. So, because it pertains to a lot of you guys, you learn that there are new strict regulations in terms of magic for Gustodon. Especially when it comes to people entering Gustodon or leaving Gustodon that hasn't already been inspected prior. Especially so, anyway. There are new magic laws, and there is a new squadron, a new group, so to speak. They're kind of like a policing force. Since the attack from everyone's favourite bitch, Ventress, they have been rather ein petit bit over the top with dealing with magic users. If someone has anything even close to enchantment or necromancy magic, they are treated with the strictest regulations. So, firstly, there's a thing called the open entry. Enforcement agents have the full authority of the Council of Gustodon at their disposal. As such, any demands for entry to a home or place of business, including in the upper city, must be complied with if done so during the investigation of a magic abuse case. Those who don't, for any reason, are liable to immediate imprisonment, even if temporary. And it goes without saying, if there is any kind of fight against a enforcement officer, they are to detain and or even kill you if need be on site, dependent on your reaction. An examination. On entry to any of Gustodon's gates or borders, all creatures and possessions capable of magic must be assessed, catalogued, and in the event of a temporary resident, which you guys all are, bar, of course, Lycoris, because lives there, mother, etc.
And Ishkari.
And Ishkari, sorry, yeah, he literally has
Does
a
Mr.
house.
Does Mr. Loth count as well or not?
No.
Okay.
He's got a work visa, so to speak. Any possessions or creatures capable of magic must be assessed, catalogued, and in the event of temporary residence, applying for visiting permissions, there's the possibility of possible incarceration, your magic being nullified, and even the seizure of said assets, if not controllable, or removable from your person. So, in the case of most of you, they're about to inspect you, and considering some of you have fractures, they're going to want to fully analyse them, and they may even try to seize them as part of the new laws.
Can we not hide them on the ship?
You can if you want.
Well, I was just wondering if, like, did we have a big bag? Do we have a bag of holding yet?
Yeah, I think so.
Mm-hmm.
That bag of holding would be analysed as well.
But they wouldn't be able to inspect what's inside it because they'd have to say what it was that was in it, wouldn't they? They'd inspect the bag, but they wouldn't be able to take out things from it without knowing what was in it.
Nope, but they would want to know everything that's inside of it.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
you can empty a bag of holding.
We have a teleportation circle. We could
I was
always
just
leave.
thinking.
We could always leave them with Talus. Talus isn't gonna fuck us over.
Mm.
They're not. Yeah, I was just looking at my spells to see if there's anything I could do.
My son would
think
look
that's
after it
best.
for us.
Good.
He's a good boy.
Good.
Growing up too fast.
As a reminder as well, because it includes creatures, that's basically all of you.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
All of you would have to be analysed.
I have a non-detection spell, but
Can we not just teleport to Lupula? Oh wait, his mansion blew up, didn't it?
Uh-huh.
oh, should I take up that teleportation circle then? Got that
You're all
going.
acting very suspicious.
Well, it's not so much suspicious. It's more they're gonna steal. If they realise how strong our fractures are, they're gonna take them and not give them back.
Yeah.
No matter how
Well, they're
much.
not going to inspect Lycoris, is that right? Or does she still need to be inspected even though she's a resident?
Everyone, even on the first time, has to be inspected.
So we could.
Going in or coming out.
But is that just when we arrive?
Going in or coming out.
So if we left our vestiges. Oh, sorry, Connor.
I have a secret chest.
All I was going to say is, my fracture comes into reality when I summon it, basically. Doesn't
Mm-hmm.
it?
So does mine.
So mine's pretty well to a degree safe-ish.
Yeah, mine's safe as well because it's actually in me. It's
Mm-hmm.
like within my soul.
My chest work. I mean,
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
not flashing my chest, but
Send it to
Bam!
send it to the drug plane with soap.
You must touch
Yeah.
a mini replica that serves some material component, blah blah blah. Just can
It
contain
does
up
have
to 12
soap in there
cubic feet of
currently.
non-living material. While the chest remains on you through repairing, you like to touch replica to call that chest. Appears in
Yeah,
occupied space, and the chest. Oh, sorry, I'm gonna just say it out loud to myself.
Oh yeah.
because then it's not here. It's
yeah,
in
it worked
the
for
it's
the
in the
soap.
it's in the plane to
Yeah.
which we put
And-
it.
They cannot detect it.
Um,
I used it to hide Trafalgar so.
the spell
Yeah.
technically itself is a physical item by the description of the spell.
Yeah, I had the
Oh.
chest in Trafalgar's room with the soap in, and I touched the chest and it made it go into the ethereal plane.
No,
So would that be a...
no. Literally, the spell itself says it. The secret chest itself, you have a miniature version of that acts as the conduit to reopen the chest and summon its
Oh,
contents.
so they would check that.
They would absolutely check that. Anything that
Well-
comes up as magic.
Hmm.
So we just need to hide the daggers and the jug, right?
You've all got some degrees of other magical items, but those are your fractures and they're most important. So
Yeah, the only ones I'm concerned about are the fractures because I feel like the other stuff they'll give back, but a fracture's so powerful they're gonna want to keep it for themselves.
Yeah.
hmm
Did you ever
I'm-
give me the jug?
Yeah.
Okay.
It felt like it wasn't right, but it was okay for now, basically.
Oh god, the gem.
I feel like we've got quite a few things. Do we have like the party loot thing, like the group
We've
Yeah.
yeah.
loot? Like
You've got the
upstairs?
rucksack of holding as well.
I've got the. We got rid of the big gem, right?
The card.
Carty McCarkface is dead, man. Carty Mc R.I.P.
Oh no.
So the big gem that
Mm.
we were hiding, we've lost that now, right? We gave that to someone. I think.
Remember what we did with the gem?
No, yeah, we gave it to. We gave it to someone. We don't have it anymore.
Was it Lupula?
It was one of Trafalgar's siblings, right?
Why do we give it to him?
We gave
Questioning
them.
all our previous choices.
Oh wait, let me just get my notebook. I don't know whether it's in notebook 1 or 2 is the problem.
What's the penumbra keep spell weave chest? Is that all the
I was
things
gonna
that
say,
we
what's
have?
what's the spell weave chest?
That's the chest you got
shard.
from Vortican ages ago.
Oh, nice. I forgot about that stuff.
There's some spell
Ooh,
scrolls in the
there's a-
rucksack as well.
There's a plant that your gardener might like. A glowing green seed.
Oh yeah, I got that from the tree, didn't I?
Yeah.
Do with
There's a nice potion too, an angel potion. Alters the chemical makeup of whoever drinks it to be that of an ASMR.
Yes.
I like that. That's cool. Oh my god, I could be a spider with wings. That's everyone's worst fear.
You already are that.
Oh yeah, because I have the heart. I
Wait,
can
doesn't-
fly.
Doesn't Anessa have keen mind now?
Yes.
Yeah, I do. I would
So
know.
Anessa remembers what we did with the gem because
Ah, I
it was,
remember
it
what
was
we
within
did.
the last month.
We did leave.
Um,
me out.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm struggling to remember what.
Okay.
The
Now
we
shiny,
need
the,
keen
big,
mind
the
too.
really important big gem that we had in the chest, and that's what Trafalgar was moving. And then the trapper tried to attack us to steal it.
Yeah, that's the powerful shard.
Have we still got the powerful shard?
Yeah.
Well, we need to get
We
rid of that.
did give it away. Okay.
Oh,
So,
yeah,
how
shit,
about...
We tried to give it to Lupula, but Lupula
Yeah.
said it would be too dangerous for him to hold, and
Yup.
the safest place would
Ah.
be for us to carry it with us and keep
Well,
it. And it was like
Lupula's a member of the council, isn't he? He's a member of the Custodian Council.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe... just message Lupula. Do a sending to Lupula.
Hi, Lupula. Want to
Hi.
come in? Got
That's-
lots of good stuff.
That's 11.
What do with... What was it called? That's
Ow.
not out loud. That's not allowed.
Powerful
Uh,
shard.
Powerful shard. And
And
our other
fractures.
things. Does he know? He knows about the fractures, doesn't he?
Yeah.
What do with powerful shard and fractures? Help, please.
Love
This
you.
is Anessa. Bye.
Okay.
Come sneak us through quarantine.
You get almost an immediate reply.
Woo!
Oh, Anessa. Yes, I'm surprised you still have it. You should probably keep it in the spellweave chest. That's
Oh, I
masks
think we did
its
keep it in the
presence.
chest. We did keep it in the chest. I remember something about
He
having
can't
to
hear
keep
you.
it in the chest.
In the chest.
I'm talking to us.
Meanwhile, you're just hearing. Yeah, so this one time at Van Camp.
But like, we're not asking him where to keep it. We're asking him
Yeah.
like, how do we get it in the fucking city?
But if I've already got the spell weave chest, right? That's a cool chest. I can use secret chest on that. Put all the other shit inside of it, and just put the little replica version in the teleportation thing.
But
That'd work, right?
But then we're sending an incredibly powerful shard plus 2 fractures through a teleportation circle.
Well, I will just stay with it. I'll go with it, stay with it, and then when you're through, I'll teleport back.
Meanwhile, as you guys are talking about all this, the gate guards in front of you are just like, "What the fuck is with these people? What the fuck
Oh,
are they?
we're already there. Oh
We're
my god.
right here."
You're doing
Ah,
a
no,
super
they're not in
suspicious
front of
thing when
us.
you like approach border control and then
Yeah.
like turn around, walk away.
Luckily, because the captain's fully aware of everything except for these new laws, he's keeping them busy while you guys talk.
Nice.
We need to choose. What Lupula was useless. He literally just said you should probably put that in a chest. Yeah, we know
To be
that,
fair,
mate.
I don't think I let him finish.
Yeah.
Side note, but I've also in the rucksack of holding we've got 100 gold piece worth of Trafalgar's gems.
Oh,
Oh, nice.
I'm glad he forgot about those. Can you message him again and say, yeah, the gem is in the chest. Can we have entry without them taking our things away, or should we send them somewhere safe? Like,
Maybe we could bribe them by giving in all the gems that Trafalgar has.
no, I feel
Well-
like magic uses bribing people is not
Yeah.
exactly great right
true,
now.
True.
I will finish what he was saying, by the way.
Sorry, yeah. I started talking to someone else, saying he's trying to tell me to put it in the chest. It's already in the fucking chest.
Yeah, I like the idea that he could sense that you were bitching and he just paused.
Secretly, he's behind you.
I think we're so dumb not to keep it in the chest.
Um,
Yeah,
Even though we had it still.
Restrictions will apply regardless. I tried to overtone it, but there is. And he pauses for a few seconds, as he's got a finite amount of words. I will send you another message. Give me a second. And then it goes. The spell ends, and then you feel the sensation of another. And he gives you what are essentially coordinates.
Ooh.
And at first it's kind of confusing, but then at the end of it he says, picture it in your mind, draw on the ground away from the gate.
It just starts doing it. Oh, okay. I'll stop.
And then write the sigil on the ground. Then place the chest or whatever your total is onto that glyph, and then chant my name twice, and it will appear in front of me. From there, I cannot do much else, but if you trust me, it will be safe.
Do we
That's
trust him?
as best as I can do. I'm sorry.
I'll message back. Do I just say Lupula, or do you have a last name? I don't know if he's got a last name. I'm trying to look through the notes.
His
but
last
it's
name is
not
Black
there.
Gale.
Black Gale. I bet there's a
Gale
mod
of
in that
War
on Baldur's
Indeed.
Gate.
You're just like, pinky promise you won't steal it.
Are you sure? Well, I will communicate this with everyone else and just double check that we're cool with it.
Well-
Of course
then-
we can trust him.
Excellent. So, I'm just gonna go to the captain who's near the gun. I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry. I forgot something back over here. So, I'm just gonna go and get that.
They were fully busy with the captain, and you're just like, oh, sorry, I'm just busy with something.
No, I'm just telling him that I'm going for a little bit. but after you finish your conversation, I'll be fine. Right. Okay. And I'm gonna get everyone. I need help with this thing I've forgotten, so that we can all put the shit in the chest. Anything else you want to keep safe?
Is there any items anyone
Is it just
has?
the fractures?
We've got the jug, we've got the daggers, we've got the shard. I've got an inert shard that's probably worth putting in there as well. The one that was smashed in Ishi's house. So I can put that in there as well. You might want to put Vantress's book in there.
Yeah, I'm just trying to look through
Vantress's
everything
spell
that I've
book.
got. Yeah, we'll do
I've got-
Vantress's book. How much can this
Laura's
hold?
journals in the bag of holding.
The
Whose journals?
Yours, like Horace.
Oh, I thought you said gerbils. I was like, why are gerbils in there? They'll be dead.
We don't talk about Chip, okay?
He's Schrodinger's chip right now. We don't need to know, because then we don't have to know.
Exactly.
Will the dust packet be okay, do you think?
Is an orb of scrying something I should also pop on the?
Yeah,
It-
probably.
Yeah.
If it,
I've got a rusty dagger and
To be
a
fair-
dusk dagger.
I will low level correct that, because scrying orbs and scrying and sendings are not. The second they know what it is, they can immediately just be like, oh, fine, that's whatever.
Oh, okay.
Rich people just have those things.
Oh, so they're not going
Cool.
to take away my soul bell then? That's
Rude.
just how I That's just how I communicate with my mummy.
Mother.
It's the magic bell that when I ring it, a servant comes up and it brings a message directly to my mother.
Oh my god.
Mother.
It's the message I use to talk to my mummy.
Yeah.
I've
You
got
are
my
thinking it's on my sheet, or is that me? No, it's not me.
I've got
Right.
should I Ishi's blade's not magic, it's just a rusty old blade. I've got the intimidation cloak.
Mm.
I think that would be alright, wouldn't it, to keep on you? I
Just
don't know.
just a cool guy thing to do here, by the way. Anessa's got access to Lupilla's library circle.
Yeah, that's what I
Yeah,
was thinking.
we
That's
thought
the one that I was
That's
talking about.
that's not in his house.
Oh.
That-
I thought that's the one that I had
No.
access. That's why I was like, oh, so I thought because I was going to teleport there.
His mass library is it's near the top of the mountain itself, because it's where
Ah.
the rich people live. So he just keeps his fantastic books there.
Was
Oh,
that where he
maybe-
was telling me? Was that the sigil he was trying to get me to draw?
Could be.
We could just go
Maybe
through that
I'd
instead.
send it to the one that he said,
Yeah, I will do.
because I feel like people they know he's a very powerful magic user. They might be watching him,
Yeah, yeah.
especially if he tried to get the thing. If he tried to get the thing repealed, like he tried to stop it from happening, they might be monitoring
Yeah,
him.
wondering why he's
For
doing
all
it.
we know, his
Cool.
library might have been breached.
Yeah, his library might have been.
Yeah. I'm gonna tell Vlad to put the dust dagger in, and he's gonna protest about it, and I'm gonna make him. And then I'm gonna give him like Vortican's rusty dagger just to hold.
I'll be
Just
nice.
the-
He can have one of my
faithful
kunai.
Oh, you gave that to a kunai.
He immediately starts mimicking Naruto and running around,
Yeah,
like
you
head
do.
down.
Make sure you say borrow.
That's my
Yeah.
brother.
He can borrow one of my kunai. It'll keep him distracted long enough that he'll behave.
He throws it, and you just hear ah!
Be careful, it's very sharp.
I love
I
that so
sharpen them
much.
every night. I take blade care very seriously. Okay,
Right,
so
I can't edit the spell we leave chest, but we know what's in it, don't we?
Wait, you can't?
Yeah, basically everything
No.
of importance.
Hold on.
I can edit group
Uh,
loot. I can't edit the chest. I think because you decided what was in there, didn't you?
There you go.
When we
I have edited it. Just make sure that anything that has text alongside it that you put with wherever it goes.
Okay, that's fine. So,
Is
I've added
the
in.
chest the same as my other seed?
Huh?
I think it's a different. I don't know. I think it's a different seed.
Giggity.
Maybe you might have taken. God, you might have taken it out. So
No,
we've
I
got
was given the seed directly, so I think it's a
the
different
jug fracture, Trafalgar's daggers.
Yep.
We have the
Dusk
dust
dagger.
dagger.
Lycorus's cloak.
Look, what about your sword?
My sword's in me, so they can't
Uh.
really take it from me. It's in my soul.
Okay, that's fine.
My inert shard, like my inert gem.
Inert shard. Anything else? I don't think we've got that many like powerful.
I think
items other
that
than
covers pretty much everything, doesn't it?
Are those the only two fractures that we've got? I thought we had another one.
Yeah, Brewin's, but it's in Brewin. Again, mine and Brewin's are like
okay.
in our, they're part of our bodies.
Right, that's fine then. I think that should be okay then, shouldn't it?
I was going to say I've got
Essentially
Tanya's
soul
veil, but I
weapons.
don't see why they'd take it off me.
Yeah. They'd be fine with our earrings as well.
Yeah, because they're just like practical magic, right?
They're just sending. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna read my inventory, tell 'em if there's anything that I should put in, let me know. I'm not gonna read all the boring stuff.
I like the idea that you're just dragging stuff out your bag and being like, this.
I am. I've got a letter from Vantris.
That should probably go. That should definitely go in there. A letter from Vantris, the person that blew up the city.
Yeah. I've got the Amulet
Ooh.
of Genesis.
Did you put Vantris' spellbook in there?
I didn't have that written in, I don't think.
You definitely own her spellbook.
Yeah, I do. I did pick it up, didn't I?
Yeah.
I like
Yes.
to imagine that you're like stood next to one of the guards saying, "So hypothetically, if I had this item, would
So
it be
Vantris-
confiscated?"
Vantris's book. Letter from Vantris.
In that case, take my journals and put them in there as well, because I'm pretty sure I will have written about Vantris at some point.
Lycorus's journals. I've got Alistair's ring that he gave me. I've got multiple potions that'll be fine. Transmutative potion. What is the Amulet of Genesis again?
It's just a gem, an
Oh, yeah,
amulet
it's just-
based on the faith of Genesis. Because
Resistance to fire or radiant damage.
Yeah.
Did I tune it?
Nope.
Oh,
Didn't you have to believe in the god for it to
Mhm.
work?
Yeah, the Genesis Fae. No, it says chosen when attuned. I can attune to it. It says, well, one unattuned, you can choose one of those things, or if of the Genesis face, much more happens.
Mm.
So I can attune.
Find
and get
religion.
fire or radiant damage. Is anyone of us in the Genesis Fae?
Nope.
No,
Okay.
but we can sell it.
But I want fire or radiant damage resistance.
Wait. Let's rewind on that. You want to try and sell an amulet of the Sun Faith to underground
Oh yeah,
drow
yeah,
people.
true.
This will be such a good idea. Well, should I put that in anyway?
Yeah, just to be safe, because you know.
They might be like, ooh, you worship this person. But no, I don't. I just want to be clear of fact.
I'm
You're
just
not
a
swearing.
kleptomaniac.
Yeah, I have a problem.
I killed this person and kept it as a souvenir.
They
Trophy
immediately
of
put
my
they
evil.
immediately put a spear towards your neck. Like, you did what?
I started typing amulet of journals. I was reading Lycorus's journals above it. Right, that is everything, okay?
Yeah,
So Jug Fracture, Trafalgar's daggers, Dust Dagger, Lycoris cloak, Inert Shard, Vantris book, Letter from Vantris, Lycoris journals, Amulet of Genesis.
I'm gonna ask Ishi and Mr. Loss if there's anything magic that they don't want the people seeing, and if so, to give it to Anessa now.
Yeah.
For safekeeping.
Ishikari is a spiritualist. Luckily, a lot of his power comes from channeling things into him. Also, unluckily, but so a lot of his is just like
He.
spiritual journals kind of things. So it'd more be they just look at it and be like, "Pfft, Loser.
He's a hippie.
Yeah. Would they question about Ravi at all? Because it's a creatures and
He is technically a magical beast,
yeah.
so
They're not
they
gonna prod and
could.
poke and stuff, are they?
I mean, again, he is just a magical beast. As long as it's not evident that, as long as it's evident that he's tamed, is like fully not gonna go on a riot, and is not holding magical items, he could get away with it. But we'll
Has he
probably
got like
roleplay
leash?
that in a minute. No, not really.
damn?
Ravi do whatever he want.
He do. He's a good boy, though. He's a good boy.
He's a good
Yeah,
boy.
just saying, should we? Is there any like
Say,
fake leashes anywhere we can put on him so we can be like, look, see, he's on a leash.
I was gonna say
Muzzle.
tame, but he does whatever he wants.
He's a good boy. So I'm going to, since we've got everything in there, Mr. Lost doesn't have anything to put in, does he?
Mr. Lost just kind of gives you that look of, I absolutely do, but I do not think I can.
Okay.
It's like, not an actual, but if anyone could give you that look of, oh shit, I'm going through border patrol. Oh shit, I've got bombs on me. Ah!
God.
Surely he is the most suspicious person.
He
Yeah.
is.
But
he
he's
really is.
but he's also on a he's also part of a protection contract,
Yeah.
so he'll get
Okay.
some sort of. It's like Secret Service, isn't it? They get like
Yeah.
They get some degree of leeway.
yeah, as long as it's not
Yeah.
like a fucking nuke, it's not a problem.
Shifty
Okay.
eyes.
Well, I would like to. Where's my thingy gone? I've got. This is not a complaint, but I have too many spells.
Hey,
Just want to be clear, it
You-
is not a complaint. I
you were
can't
given
find
the
my
option.
lock.
you
I
decided
took
you
the
liked
option.
all of them.
I did. I did indeed. I just can't find anything. That's the thing. I have lockdown on my thing, and I just don't know which thing locks it. So I'm doing the
Oh.
thing that locks things.
um,
Is it arcane lock?
lock.
yes.
Yeah,
What level
We
is
did
that?
this last session as well.
Yeah, I know. That's why I've got it down, and I was like, I don't remember what level it was or anything.
I mean we'll use it because it doesn't really matter at this point. Because
Depends how the border control goes.
Yeah.
I feel like we shouldn't be having a
Second.
battle.
Second level.
Okay, so I'll take off a second level spell. I'll do arcane lock, and as I say it, I want to go Impunitus and lock it, and then I'm going to do the thingy on the floor, and then I'll send it through, and I'll say, "There you go,"
As you.
and he's gone.
First and
hopefully.
foremost,
Okay,
where have you written down all the bits that you?
not in front of the people. I walked away.
No. Where have you written it down? Your list.
It's in the chest note, right?
Which list?
Oh,
the
there it
list of
is.
the
I see it.
items?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's at the bottom.
If that's the case, let me just do a click check as you guys begin border checks. So exciting.
Adult things.
Adult things.
Not
Today
exciting.
on
Adult things.
fantasy
Scary
roleplay.
adult things.
It's like police roleplay. Are you ready?
yeah.
I know my rights.
So if we're doing border patrol roleplay, like real life roleplay, let's be honest. Anessa gets through. The rest of you are padded down to oblivion, and half of you are made naked.
Hey, do I not get through? I'm a drow and I'm a
True.
Devane.
True.
I always set off the beepers and have to have a pat down. So,
Yes.
Yeah, but you're a hippie. So.
You're.
Lad should
I-
get through because he's with me.
Mm,
But he's a juvenile delinquent.
he's
He also has a giant fucking chicken. So I,
The
for all
chicken's
intents
well
and purposes,
behaved.
I'm going to when we do go through, I'm going to say that Mr. Loss is my bodyguard and under contract to the Devane family because it's true, he is.
We will go down the list.
Okay.
I'm a sovereign citizen. I know my rights.
I know my rights. I lived here
You've
all
got to
my
let
life.
me in.
Just keep referencing your surname.
My father will wait. My mother will hear about this.
Oh shit! Not my father, not him. Firstly, I'll finish off the list of the problem areas. enchantment magic, all uses are not permitted except by enforcement officers. Forced coercion of any individual and their rights will be met with a minimum of life imprisonment, with the possibility
Nice.
of execution depending on the severity of the coercion. Necromancy. Any use of necromancy not permitted by an officer, similar law officer, or capital
Christ.
sanctioned cleric can be met with the immediate death penalty without a warning, not limited to the
My
revival
God.
of a persons from the dead to life. So if one of you died in the city, unless someone said you could not revive that person. Because
What if
they
we hindered it?
what
Would
if
they
you
have
what?
like an alarm that goes off?
What if we hid? Or do they? Can they?
You don't know.
And-
They might sense it.
But my
Damn.
magic is like the. I was going down the necromancy path for Anessa.
Wow, just
Wait,
I
wait,
can't
but
use I can't
kind
use
of like-
enchantment or necromancy spells at all.
yeah.
Nope.
So you can't be using friends or
Jesus Christ!
charm.
The final
I'm
law
still smothered.
that has been applied since, and not because of Vantress, but because of a certain art show that caused a bit of a commotion. Strict substance monitoring law. All substances used for recreational activities that have addictive reactions or cause a constant harm to the user are to be destroyed immediately on arrival, and the
Oh, no.
peddler imprisoned for a minimum of 1 month, wherein they will be determined as either a seller or user. Users will be confined until considered safe for public living again, or for returning to their respective homes outside of the city. Sellers,
Does that include alcohol?
Organically grown.
technically, but it's not. It's kind of a lesser scale. This is more like soap.
Okay, well that's already in a chest in a different realm, so that's fine.
Lycoris agrees with this rule. Lycoris, is like, finally, they're being tough on drugs.
Sellers will be imprisoned for the remainder of their life or until just proof is found that they repent their action.
Ooh,
They don't take things at half measures.
good thing we have no sellers or users anymore.
Anymore. Well,
Trafalgar was here.
immediate punishment, and it'll be the reenactment of the first session all over again.
Yep.
Oh yeah, the only other thing is known as second doubt. It's more just a thing that happens if, blah blah blah. An enforcement officer who has seen or suspects foul play and misuse of magic can decide if in the moment if the caster of the spell is the victim or the attacker, if there is someone being attacked, and who is in the wrong in that moment, and can choose to either take that as immediate evidence of proof of magic abuse or an attempt at self-defense. So, for example, obviously, if you're just casually casting necromancy in the middle of the streets, they're going to arrest you and possibly incarcerate you forever. You're just done. But if a bandit is punching you out and
you used it to defend yourself.
and they see that you're full on struggling without magic, they can take that to mean it's all you know, it's your last line of defense, you have to do it, or it means your death. And they can take that as evidence. Depending on the individual, it could mean that they straight up take you to a representative of the order and say they had no choice, they did it, and then they can be like, okay, that's fine, don't do it again though, please. Or they could just be like, yeah, you use necromancy, that's it, you're done. I don't care what the reason was, you're going down. Again, all depending on the severity of the situation.
So when Anessa's there, like, I'm sorry, officer. Raise the Dead is the only spell I know.
How does that stop someone from hitting you, though? It's like, well, the sexy skeleton beat him up for me. It's like, damn, fair.
Okay, she does necromancy. She's not a necrophile.
Okay, I think we're
yeah.
prepared now.
I'm going to just quickly surf all of your inventories because,
You're pretending to be a guard.
of course.
I'm
Firstly,
gonna find something. Should I untick the thing?
We're gonna get drug dumped. They're gonna fucking plant shit on us.
Oh no!
as you guys enter the border itself, there is this like small keep in essence that has multiple rooms. It's not meant for people to stay in long. It's more for people to come through back and forth. The guards, I mean, and you guys, obviously. There's a large gate that blocks the way, and to obviously not fly over the top of it and not be dicks and get everyone pissed off at you, you stop here. Each of you are brought to separate rooms, asked, please drop everything on your person in etc. area. we will just conjure a light detect magic on you just to check anything that illuminates. Please don't hide anything from us. If we find it, you are allowed one free oops, I forgot about that, but do not take a mockery of the service. This is strict and serious. And as you all deposit the bits that you haven't sent away, Anessa to start with.
Oh no.
Firstly, the assorted... Just double check it. The assorted potion bottles and all the like. At first he kind of gives you that look of like, interesting, yeah, these are... He sees your assorted tools, sees that you have some degree of proficiency in making these things and making scrolls and the like, so at first he doesn't really think anything of it as he's casting the spell in the room. You see on the ceiling, each of you do, you see a little light that's emitting a white aura in the room that drapes across all of you like gentle falling snow, and any parts of your bodies where magic is permeating, or if you yourselves naturally cast magic, so like in the case of Anessa, your hands and like your eyes would both immediately permeate magic, and probably your mouth if we're talking about like fire spells, because Dragon's Breath I'm pretty sure you've used before. Yeah, so magic would immediately like show up on your hands, and like small parts of your body like splatters almost. No, not technically, because it's part of your being. They're detecting magic, not your essence.
Okay, that's fine. We're Gucci.
As he's looking
Chloe
through,
kitties.
as he's looking through all the scrolls, for the most part, the scrolls he doesn't seem to take more than a glance at, and really unfurls it back up for you, puts it away, trying to take good care to keep it as it was. He's going through the potions, looking them over, like his hand holding over the top of them as if he's scanning them into his mind. He goes through all of them fine, but then he goes over the transmutive potion.
Oh no!
And for the first time he stops after scanning over it, and then you see he holds his hand over it for a few more seconds and concentrates, and then he turns around and just says, This is not normal magic. How did you come across this?
Oh my god, I can't remember. I have keen mind. I know. I tell him. No, I don't know if I tell him.
But does
I don't know
Lee
what it is.
remember?
I do. Oh, I know.
Oh, we
can't
this,
remember.
We got it when we were fighting, right?
this
I
was
think
in
so.
the keep, Penumbra Keep. These are the potions that Vantress.
Oh no.
I'm completely forgetting all the names, but the triage of soul, body, and magic. This was one of the lesser versions of the final product that they were making when they were trying to create angelic essence to turn someone into an ASMR essentially. But these ones are the lesser scale potions. They'll just turn you into any old random shit. That's why both times Trafalgar had it, he turned into like half of a werewolf and then into a dragon, because his body reacted more positively.
Yeah.
But these essentially are chimera potions. They will turn you into something without your will, just by drinking it.
I was told. I'm very self-conscious about it, so I don't know if you've noticed, but I am missing a leg. And I was told when I purchased these that they might help me get it back, and I'm a bit nervous to try it, so I've not tried it yet, but that's why there are two of them, because I've been told that one might work, one might not. But yes, I was told it was some kind of it'll help me transform my missing leg into what it once was. That's my understanding of it.
Make it... No, it is a deception check. Make a deception check.
Can it be an assist that I'm like nodding very like kind of
No,
sadly?
because you all put
It's
in
your
separate
separate room.
rooms.
Ah.
Oh,
Nice.
you're not sure if it's because you are. He's a. Well, that too now. You're not sure if it's because it's drow, because it is a sad story, and it is true. There is basis in truth.
Yes.
or if it's because you're a fine ass mamma, but
Yale.
he
No, he's scared of being told that he's bullying a disabled
Disabled,
person.
yeah.
yes.
Yeah, he's like he doesn't want to get insulted for
You're-
being woke.
It's
Not
literally,
woke.
it's literally. He goes back home tomorrow. Everyone at work's like, "Wow, you bullied an icon of our faith that was crippled. What's wrong with you, Dave? You cunt."
Exactly.
He's
He
just
doesn't
there
want to get cancelled.
I didn't know. I was just being careful. But
Good
yeah,
job, Anetta.
Thank you.
You
He-
used that privilege.
he takes your story to heart and just goes, "I understand. This will not help whatsoever, I'm afraid, and luckily it's not particularly against the law, so I would recommend you sell it quickly, madam. It's only going to do something monstrous to you."
I thought you were a guard. I didn't know you were a medic.
No, but he holds up his hand and he pulls his sleeve down a little bit, and you see the glove that he's wearing in this where the palm is. There is what looks to be this onyx-coloured jewel, and there are these lines that move up along the bottoms of the fingers and thumb toward the pinkies. These gloves we were assigned allow us to inspect anything we hover our hands over that's been enlightened by detect magic.
Oh, I like this glove.
Mm.
Can I try it on?
No.
Where can I get me some of those?
Does he smile though?
He just straight up just says no.
No.
Anyway, I'm going to.
I'll do the boob squishy thing and just be like, oh, what a shame.
Do you actually?
It does intrigue me. But okay, I will sell the potions as soon as I can. But very disappointed that my disfigurement will not be solved anytime soon.
I apologise, ma'am. If you are so concerned, maybe one of the mages of the high city may be able to assist you. Some of them are quite capable with enough funding to restore even lost limbs.
Thank you, and I want to try and scoop all the things back up into my bag, but I don't know if he's finished with everything
Oh
yet.
no! By this, as you're talking, like he finishes scanning the rest, and like there are a few of them that he does kind of look at twice, but not more any interest than the transmuted potions.
Potion of Bird and Blood, I can't remember. There's not a description.
Yeah, there is. Girl.
Oh wait, there is a description. It's very small.
Teeny tiny.
Ooh. I like it. Okay. I like that. I'll remember that one now.
So
Do I dip stuff into that or do I drink it?
Y-
I don't know.
you drink it.
Oh. Okay.
Technically,
Thank
you
you.
can drink it or pour it, but
Well, he's letting me go, so I'm gonna gather all my things back into my bag. I'm like, thank
like-
you so much.
thank you. Bye,
Let me know if you change your mind about me wearing that glove. Goodbye.
madam. Please leave.
No.
You're just slowly, gingerly walking out. The door
It's so cool.
closes behind you. All the other doors are currently closed. Who is next on my list? Conaroo.
Hello.
Well, hello.
Be interesting.
As you are escorted into the room. Also, I'll actually give a visual because I forgot to do that. These guys all have pretty much just all dark armor on. There are clear, like, silver linings in some parts, and most of you have enough knowledge by now of combat and how magical equipment works. They are wearing fully armored, fully magical gear. Some of them do have, like, a half, covering half of their head helmet that stops just above the eyebrows and goes around the sides of the face. They all have those same gloves, all fully armored around the top half of the body. There's no pauldrons, but there are these like small turnover ones that link the arms toward the chest. And It sounds like they're also wearing some kind of like chain vest underneath as well. But Bruin, the same thing happens. He walks into the room with you. The
What does
room.
the guard look like?
He is another drow, but you can't quite tell the age because of just how elves work in general. Seems like he's keeping most of his hair underneath the helmet, so he's got to have some kind of like small amount of hair left, maybe buzz cutted. Eyes are piercing; they're very intent and focused. He seems like a professional at the job, like might have had years worth of training in a similar task, and now has been brought to do this side of things instead. When he walks in, you do notice this like half limp, where every other step, maybe like one of his toes is like broken or something, because he kind of just has this misstep, but he catches himself very easy as if he knows it's coming.
I'll sort of look as he guides me in and just say, I'll be in your care then.
He nods very slightly. He motions toward the table. Please empty all of your goods onto the table. Do not leave anything back.
Of course.
And to be fair, you don't really have much.
No. I sort of look to him and I just say, how far is this search? Have I needed to take everything off or just my goods?
Anything that you know is classified as magical. Anything that you do not, that is fine, but it is preferable that I do not have to find out for myself.
I
It's
sort of, with a light-hearted smile, as I put everything on with my hands behind my head, and just say, "Of course."
so. As you put everything on the table, again the Orbis grind, spell storing, pretty much all you have on you. The tattoos all along your body are caught in illumination from the detect magic that permeates the room. All of your scrying and spell storing gems illuminated as well. Your earring of sending illuminates, of course, and same with Ness and everyone else. I'll probably forget.
The tattoos, I thought the tattoos were cleared on me.
Yeah, we got rid of them.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Because he's in a new body, right?
Yeah, because I remember asking about this. I said, I thought you said
Yes.
they reappeared.
Sorry.
And then
Yep.
And then you said
Yep.
a couple of sessions ago, no, new body, completely
Yes. My brain immediately went back to Briuin, just remembering he had
Yeah,
tattoos
that's
all
fine,
over his body.
My brain went back to Briuin, I want to say 3 or 4 sessions ago, because I remember asking you about it, and you were like, no, tattoos are gone. And I was like, oh.
You literally died to lose your cool tattoos, so no. Sorry. Rewind then slightly.
Wouldn't technically my back be illuminated?
Was about to
My
say,
whole
yeah.
body to a degree, because I am to a degree magic incarnate at this point.
Specifically for you, it's your eyes, your palms, and where your wings would come out from. Though, luckily because your back is covered, he can't see that. Because he's not
Good thing
exactly.
you didn't strip.
Yeah.
These people who aren't cool with their ismars.
No,
The
they're-
Istamars are blessed with magic, so the whole body would be glowing. But
That's the issue.
it's as Lee said, it's mainly the eyes as well as the palms.
Yes.
The eyes radiate magic from transcendence, and as well as the hands for the sake, magic, and
Bam, bam.
legs for the wings. But other than that, I would be faintly glowing all over, unlike some people who would just be glowing in their hands.
As he's checking your goods, he's holding his hands over it. He's not seen you yet as the magic is permeating across you. You are kind of looking down at yourself. You can see the white all across your hands. You turn it over and the backs of your palms are a gentle glow, but your hands in particular are fully prominent. You can't see the detect magic that's settled around your eyes because I mean that's
So, yeah, it's
yeah.
biased.
It's the funny idea of it is detect magic reveals magic, but you can see magic. So yeah. And as he's like checking over them, he's just kind of like analyzing it. Doesn't make any real reactions to it, and then he slowly turns around, and he's just before he turns around, he's like, "I will now and then he just stops and looks at you. His eyes are just like direct in looking at yours. He leans a little closer.
He says, okay.
Now kiss.
Kiss.
And then the music starts and
Banana bow.
Getting too into it.
the Pornhub jingle.
Oh my god.
I knew someone was
I
searching
had
for
it.
that sound.
It was too quiet.
I had it.
was
You,
too
Yeah, it went
quiet.
too quiet.
I was just like, oh my god, I've got that. Yeah, he stares into the eyes and then his narrow slightly.
Okay.
She already tried.
So I had,
He
I had
offered
that-
when he walked in the room.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I had that lined up as well.
What are you, sir?
I sort of looked down. I sort of like, I basically use magic, and I'm magically imbued, from what I've been told. Because I study along the lines of the divine soul sorcery.
That is an evasion of the question, but I will rephrase.
Sorry, continue.
What race are you specifically?
Racist. So he's been
Yeah.
disabled.
Oh, I
he's
see.
become
We're
racist.
profiling now,
I,
are
I,
we?
I sort of look to him and I go, oh yes, sorry. I sort of like look a bit sad at this point as he asks that, and I just say, I look at him dead in the eyes, honest, bit of a half smile, but is holding back pain slightly when I say this. I am an ASMR.
His eyebrow raises, and it doesn't seem like there's any like bitterness or anything negative there. It seems more of a profound level of respect suddenly as he just looks, and then he turns around, he grabs your things and passes them over to you. I see. I appreciate your honesty. If it helps to know your people, unlike Indian Asta, are not made prejudiced here. You will not be hunted. Not if we can help it.
I sort of give off a very light-hearted smile at hearing that and say, thank you, it's not exactly been the easiest time for me.
He nods. It might help you to know though minorly strict our new regime may be, we have managed to clamp down on certain individuals of a previously attempted religious organization. Most members of a certain group have been eradicated and removed from Gestatten. So, with that, I have to continue to whomsoever the next person is. If you would not mind as to vacate the room, please.
Okay, thank you.
Ah,
Like purple and ace on a really kind of edition. Oh god.
So, Esatari.
Oh.
The door closes behind you. It's almost scary with that kind of like in the back of your mind, there's that moment of anxiety because this one guard, just like maybe an inch taller than you, he seems. Again, elves difficult to really say, but he's probably in the equivalent to like the later 20s. All of his face is covered. You see a little mask covering just up above his nose. His eyes, he seems to be wearing some kind of contacts. They appear pitch black and cover the irises. As he walks in, he holds his hand up. The magic permeates. Madam, please leave your things on the table side.
Harry's eyes are like a bit wide and, wet with the fear. Tremble of the lip. And she will put all her items out. Estari also has the rucksack of holding.
Mm.
Did we put anything in there that's dodgy?
No, it's just it's full of gems and gold.
Okay,
we took out some of the. Apparently, the actual chest was in the rucksack.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but we took that out.
So we took that out. We took out like Horace's notebooks. I don't think there's anything else on it.
We just look like really rich people now because our bag's just full of gems and gold.
Your
As
story about being
impoverished, and I'm just there with like several thousand.
as you bring out the rucksack and everything, he starts inspecting everything that's physically on your person first because it's just easier that way as he realizes what the rucksack is. As he's inspecting it all, he's got the table in the middle of the room and he keeps you in eye line the entire time. He doesn't like actively stare at you or anything, but you feel like you're being watched. As he's like identifying everything, seems fine. He goes over Titania's veil and he does kind of like narrow his vision just a little bit, and his hand goes over it again. And he's inspecting it, and you can see the kind of annoyed curiosity kind of glare, and then looks up at you and says, "This appears magical, but I find nothing from it. What branch of magic is this exactly?"
I was going to ask because obviously my magic comes from Tari, and it's all Fae.
Yeah.
So how much it comes up on detect magic?
Not a fucking thing, baby.
Hey. Oh, it was a gift. It. I suppose. I'm not sure why you can't detect her. I suppose the magic is more Fae than from this realm. I hope that's okay.
Oh. You should have said earlier. He looks back down at it, and you see he pulls the sleeve of his left hand instead. And similar, you see instead of a onyx gem, it's got an amethyst gem embedded, and like holds his hand over it. And unlike the other gem that's shown nothing, it's just been the case of move your hand over it and you learn something. With this one, you physically see there's these lights, this light that emanates off of the amethyst gem over Titania's veil, like a scanning light. And unlike the other one that sends it straight to his own mind, this one you see pulls these assorted, what Anessa would see as like glyphs. You see them float up. You've seen her draw it on teleporters and the like, and whenever she would cast some spells, they would sometimes appear. You see as they float up and surround his hand, he kind of like reads it for a second, and then he pulls his hand away. Interesting. It would appear some kind of pact boon. Whom are you bound to?
Well, how common are Kalishtar?
People easily mistake you for like elves or humans. It's kind of how do I word it? So like, you know how there's straight, gay, bi. Yeah, there's more than that, but not as far as normal people are considered.
Yeah.
You're one
Hiding in
of
plain sight.
yeah, you're one of 3 camps, unless you say otherwise.
Well, I am a Kalishtar, so it is obviously my dream fae spirit.
Hmm. That
The good
lines.
kind, I promise.
Yes, that lines up. He then looks back down at it. His head like almost snaps with how quick he looks back down at it, and he's like scanning the glyphs again, and then he just kind of moves his hand away. Acceptable. Honesty is appreciated. He then looks over toward the rucksack. He picks it up, turns it upside down, pulls the many flaps of it open, and pushes his hand in and does a grasping motion. And you see as he pulls his hand out with that grasping motion, he doesn't physically pull anything out, but as he makes that motion, anything that's in those pockets starts. And he soon regrets that.
That's
As
gonna take ages to put away.
as 449 copper, 199 silver, 475 gold, and 3 platinum fall out from the middle pocket.
From
And
one pocket.
And then
Off-
all the gems.
yeah, the entire room. After like the first 2 seconds of just doing 2 guards immediately come charging in, both hands aimed up like they're freaking Iron Man. They just see this rucksack of Odin just shooting things out in all directions. And very quickly they understand what's going on, and they just kind of just leave.
I would have retrieved them if you'd asked. It was organised.
It was organized.
He says as her eye twitches.
He just, as it all had all fallen out, some of the coins got underneath his feet, and he'd like started slipping, so he held onto the table. And as you're saying that, his eyes slowly glance up and he looks at you. I should have asked. He slowly stands too, and you see him slip a little bit, but then he pulls himself back up. Slowly, like, it's already on the floor. He starts scanning everything. As he scans through it all, obviously nothing bad really comes up. The phantom boots throw him for a second, but then he's just like, oh, fine, who really cares? Adventurous shit. But then, after he's done with that, he starts scooping it all up, putting it back into general areas, and he doesn't do it as good as you would want him to, but all things considered, his organisational skills, he's probably been doing this job for quite a while.
He's showing some effort.
He's showing some effort.
There's logic to how he's putting stuff away. He's not just throwing it in there.
After the few thousand gold pieces are finally put away, he does say, I assume you're a very good adventurer.
Well, I'd like to think so. We've helped a few people out in our time.
Oh, so you are part of a team with these other people?
Yes, they're my friends.
There's a part of his
Give a big
face,
smile.
part of his face like twitches.
Friends, one of those.
Yeah. He then goes silent for a bit as he's putting the rest of the bits, and as there's only like a couple of like copper coins on the floor that he kind of like scans the room for, like hit with his own eyes, making sure everything is put back. When he's all finished up, places the rucksack gently down. That looks about everything. I thank you for your honesty and your time. You may leave.
Thank you very much for seeing to me so quickly. Good wait times. Enjoy the rest of your day.
He's so wholesome.
Goodbye, madam. Enjoy your time in Kestoten.
Did you say no? Don't tell it what to do.
You don't control me. And then, finally, as if the world's breath was kept. I said kept.
That's no dramatic. That's Lycoris sighing
Oh,
outside
yeah,
the room. She's
absolutely.
the last one to go in.
Don't you know who I am?
Don't you know who I
When they
am?
open the door, I'm gonna immediately ask, "Can my bodyguard come with me, or do we need to be separated?"
Oh shit, that's weird. Everyone went in at the same time, by the way.
Well, when we're going in, I say that on purpose. Make a point.
Ma'am, I'm afraid no. Everybody has to be inspected equally,
Very well.
an officer
very
to a
well.
person.
My
If you
mother
would
will
not
hear
mind.
about this.
My mother will hear about this. We'll have your job. As you're brought into another room, similar thing. He asks you to place your bits down on the table, and he kind of like, unlike the others, he generally inspects you as you enter the room. He asks, "Can you just like hold up your arms and that kind of thing, to show that there's no like hidden equipment." And yeah.
When I'm putting stuff on the table, it's like a fucking. I've got like. I've got three swords, 2 daggers, a crossbow, a crowbar, a battle axe,
Yep, Ishi's
2
blade.
spears. So I'm just pulling out all these weapons, and then I will delicately put the soul bell, and the pair of earrings, which are the only magical things I own, next to the pile of weapons.
So, as he inspects your gear, for the most part, again, the entire room is illuminated. You see on your person there is only a faint glow across your body, but just because of what you are more so than have been or have in you, it's just a casual glow, like sparks almost. Once the spell is fully submerged, hit everything in the room, he then begins to scan. He looks at you first, just making sure for the dust to settle, so to speak. And then he just kind of nods it off, really. Checks around the room. As he looks at the soul bell, you see that Ishi's blade illuminates faintly.
Ah, cool.
It's more so the blade handle is fine. Where the blade starts, about an inch above that, you see this line of illumination, as if that's where the point of magic begins and ends. Something has caused that blade to reforge magically.
Ooh.
Whether or not that means anything more than just magical blacksmithing is something to think of another time. Yeah, looks over the sword bell, realizes very quickly what it is. He gently pushes it aside without ringing it. Looks over Ishi's blade, holds it very delicately, aims it downward, just inspects the general area, the hands running across it to scan it, and then he places it back down gently. Then continues to look across the room. He sees your dangling earring is magical. He scans over it, realizes what it is again, and then nods. Might I ask, you and your travelling companions, a majority of you are magically inclined. you yourself even have partial many emotions toward you in general, as you can see the little sparks. You have remnants of magic touching you. How often are you all participating in magic use?
I actually don't know how often we do.
Is it recreational or?
It's an addiction. It's a crippling addiction. Well, we are
Mine generally is.
we are adventurers by trade, and that includes magic use during battles.
According to the reports and manifesto given by your ship's captain, you are the heir apparent to the ship, yet you allow the captain to maintain his position and general control over it.
Correct.
Nowhere is there yet mentioned in your paperwork that you are an adventuring party aboard the ship. You, more so as a future courtesy to any other ship's captain and docking station, you may want to include that.
God, have we been committing fraud? Didn't
Noted.
declare it.
We left at great speed a few weeks ago to deal with a invasion in a different country, but I'll make sure it's updated before our next visit.
Thank you. And I know it is a rather minute, boorish thing, but if you go to the wrong place with the wrong information given, you can be liable for many thousands of gold's worth in fines or imprisonment. As the possessor of the vessel, it is on your head solely.
Well, I'll take it up with my mother.
Of course. Well, everything here appears in line. Your allies will likely have to be given what is known as a, not a choice word, but a collar. It is a ring that they will have to wear while they are in Gustodon that will notify us if any of the branches of magic that are not allowed are cast by them. It is simply a ring that will illuminate them, is the kind way of putting it. We will be made aware of their presence, of their misuse, and the nearest commander will survey the reason why. So
But they can still use magic to maintain my quality of living, correct? Heating water, putting
these things,
you know,
of course,
security spells on doors.
these things, of course, are fine, as long as their branches are not of the enchantment or necromancy paths. There will be no problems.
Noted.
We do.
I tell this to you solely for the fact of, historically, it is better to come from the mouth of a friend than it is to come from the mouth of a stranger. Just make them ready for the change. They will feel uneasy.
I'll ensure they stay in line. Ugh, I
Thank
feel
you.
so gross. I feel like I'm cosplaying as my mother.
Thank you,
You
madam.
sound just like her.
Well, Lady Devane, he passes you your gear back. I wish
Are you Lady Devane?
a
I thought your mum
pleasant
was Lady Devane.
return. She is
She's a
a
lady.
Devane, and she is a lady.
Oh.
I'm not the Lady Devane, but
She
I'm
is-
a Lady Devane.
Yeah.
I was like, did she die or something? And now you're Lady Devane?
Spoiler alert!
Oh my god!
Oh my
I
god!
You didn't
It would
tell
have had
us.
it would have had to be both my mother and my sister for me
Yep.
to become the
I
lady.
suppose. But I was just like, she's kept this from us.
I mean, I kept this from me too, apparently. If that's the case.
I
So-
thought that was how we found out.
As you're given,
Well, we as in us, not our characters.
Yeah, that's how Lee's telling us.
Yeah.
Sidebar, guys. She's the Devane mama now.
Oh no.
We're so rich, guys. We have a mansion and an airship.
And responsibility, yay!
Oh, I don't want that. I just want the money.
So as you're giving all your shit back, you're led outside. You see everyone's out there. Mr. Loss literally is just leaving as you leave too. You see he doesn't look any more annoyed than he does any other time, so probably went well.
Nice.
You see in
He's
his
not
hand he has essentially a passport that he's tucking away into his pocket. And as you all meet in the hallway, the assorted guards open the gateway out and they let you continue forward.
When we get out, I'll do I'll get everyone to come over, and I'll just say, they'll just relay what they've said, that we need to put the rings on, and the rings monitor their spell usage, and that basically everything we're doing is being watched, and that if they fuck up, it's on my head, so they better fucking behave.
Unless it grumbles a lot but puts a ring on.
Alright.
As you guys,
I look decidedly at Vlad when I say people need to behave.
Oh yeah, did
Because I
Vlad...
feel like if anybody's gonna fuck up, it's gonna be Vlad.
No, Vlad's a good boy.
Vlad is decidedly not a good boy.
He's a good boy. He will be good.
God, you sound like those mums that they're watching
Yeah.
terrorizing children and kicking dogs, and you're like, oh, he's so rambunctious.
Taking other people's seats on the bus, like,
Yeah,
"Oh, what
exactly.
an angel."
My little boy's so active.
Did Ravi get through?
yes.
Yay!
They currently have a wagon out the front. It seems one of the guards is assigned to make sure you guys actually get there and don't randomly deviate off and cause some trouble somewhere else.
As if we would.
As if you would. As you all move up toward it, you are informed the general... Of course, that's when you're given the air quote collars. You're told everyone has to keep them on while you are in the lands of Custodon. If you ever take them off, they will know, and everyone will be alerted, every guard will be alerted that you have removed it and to find out why.
Do I have one?
No, because you're not
nice.
technically a magic user.
What?
Alright. But she still has magic. Shouldn't they
Yeah,
pick up on
but
that?
it's so faint. They probably just think, oh, she occasionally gets fucking. She can see the future once every second Tuesday.
Hers...
Do I have one?
Yes. To be
If I put
specific, Brewin, Esatari, and Anessa.
If I
Is
put
it
my
a-
veil
have
in the
one.
chest, they wouldn't have
Is it,
known.
is it around the neck sort of?
No,
collar,
it's a
or
ring.
Like a bracelet.
It's a
Oh,
ring. Yeah. It's made for relative convenience.
They're not that kinky.
Not that kinky.
That's good. I was gonna say Freeman won't be as traumatized.
Yeah, put the A-smile back in a collar.
Yeah.
Not very PC of you.
So, as long as you keep them on, there'll be no problems. As long as you don't cast enchantment or necromancy magic, there won't be anyone to find you. They mention it in the sake of, we're not going to apologise for the law. This is just how it is now. Please follow the law, and there will be no problems. And when you're leaving, by any of the checkpoints, pass the rings back, and they will be nullified, and you will be free to go on your way. And same as this time, any equipment that's taken off of you for inspection, so long as it meets the standards, you can take it as you go. If anything flags red for any reason, they have full right of law to take it and seize it. But because you all managed to hide the scarier items that you do not want in the wrong hands, you guys are not penalised, attacked, losing any of your shit, causing an international incident.
And they're not going to pick up if we pick up our chest and put it back in our bag for the duration of our stay.
Who's
So,
to
like,
say?
No.
so
Lupula
we-
will know. We'll ask Lupula.
yeah, Lupula knows things. We'll just ask Lupula all the questions.
If they could tell we picked up stuff, they wouldn't like, and we had contraband when we were leaving. They wouldn't have waited till then. They would have known we had it.
Mm.
But we got the alarms on now.
True.
Will I be able to use the daggers?
No.
What kind of power is the daggers? Like,
It's just extreme amounts of. They'll see that it's an incredibly powerful item.
Yeah. Maybe you
Maybe,
guys
like-
should analyze those at some point while you're here.
I was planning to. I have not done it yet.
Yeah. Maybe all of you should summon your divine equipment.
I feel like we shouldn't do that.
I'm not here.
We'll
Sorry,
do
I was just planning on
bullshit.
speculating without any kind of answer.
I want to speculate wildly.
Yeah.
With no logic.
I missed the opportunity to put my living/dead hamster on the inspection table. That officer knows. That officer knows.
Oh no.
I thought you. Yeah, he knows whether it's alive or not. We don't.
The entire time. The funny thing is, even if you were looking at his eyes, like even in character, you were looking at like he can see it. I know he's looking at my pet. I'm not gonna look. He's there. He hasn't lived in a minute, but
To be clear, Esatari knows.
yeah, she
Either way,
knows.
Esatari knows. I just don't know.
Megan doesn't know because Megan's scared, but Esatari knows.
And also, either way, she still has him.
But you could miss out on like giving him so many pets if he was alive.
But what if he's dead?
And then she has to deal with the guilt of the fact that
But
he's
not
dead.
here. I'll resurrect him when we're not in this place.
I just want it to be clear.
You don't know.
If he's alive, she is taking care of him.
As well, resurrection doesn't really work on an animal that's been dead for more than a minute.
Well, we'll make it work.
But he's not dead, so it's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, good.
right.
Chip
Damn
is
it, I-
absolutely fine and still alive.
Yeah, he's having a great time.
Yeah, he's having a great time.
He really liked that guard.
Splashing around with all the water parks.
Mhm.
Yeah.
He's enjoying the hamster wheel in the sky right now.
I can't wait for the
Look.
day that we finally uncork
I
that.
finally am brave enough to ask.
Oh no.
And
It's
then-
gonna be like the final battle. Something bad happens, and who comes to our rescue? Chip jumps out of the
You
bag.
just hear
and with his
squeaking in the
last moment,
distance.
Eat someone's face. That'd be so good.
He trips the big bad and saves us all, and then
We're all
Esatari.
tied up and he comes through and nibbles through.
Exactly.
We need
Superhero team.
We'll just wait for him. We'll wait for him to have his moment of glory, because that will definitely happen, and won't
Absolutely.
get carried away by a dragon or killed.
And,
by
and
a
it and it absolutely won't be that as you guys are running away from a big bad, Satori trips over and then suddenly this thing
course.
flaps out and everyone's just there like, oh no, we're getting chased and might die and now the animal's dead.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Also, I've not asked ever
He
since I
just
fell down the
flopped
hole at
out.
Lupula's house. I've just
Mm.
it's since then I have not.
This
asked.
is where he's been living with Lupula the whole time, and we get there and Lupula's like, "Can you take your fucking
No,
kid?"
no. He's with he's with Makona colony now.
You take the chipmunk. You walk outside, and as you walk outside, looking at him in your palm, oh, you're adorable. You hear a hawk fly past.
Yeah.
It turns out he was alive, but now.
Now he's not.
Yeah, now he's very dead.
He's got used to the finer things in life, and he's like, "I don't want to adventure, Mom. I want to stay in this nice, heating-controlled mansion with books and someone who pets me."
And I'm like, fair.
That's fair. It's pretty cozy in here.
Can I just
too would like to
clarify
snuggle
then?
with Lupula.
We can. It's just your way back to him. We can cast magic as long as it's not necromancy and enchantment based.
Mhm.
I could do
Yeah.
conjurations and evocations.
Yeah.
Just not. Okay.
Just as a note, you can still cast magic. You can still do the basic stuff of like you flick a hand, a fire turns on, a door closes, that kind of thing. That's all fine and dandy. Unless, and to be honest, I assume it's the only occasion you are in a fight. Do not casually cast magic in front of people.
Okay.
The idea is that because of magic, as of recently, the entire city was nearly destroyed, so they're a bit wary
Yeah.
of magic casters.
Understandable.
And a bunch of them magic casters saved the city.
Oh yeah, we
Yeah, I
only saved their
know.
fucking arses.
Well, they don't know that.
They will.
Well, where are we going? Where are we going? I'm assuming you go to Lupula first.
Yeah,
we
we'll
gotta
get
get our
the test
shit.
back. Make sure he's not stolen it. He said we can trust him. I don't know.
I mean, I feel like we can trust him after all the shit we
Of
went
course
through
we
with
can
him.
trust him, and I'm not biased.
This isn't. This is definitely talking from your
Oh,
head, right?
he has such a big, thick magical
Brain.
library. Oh yeah.
Me.
No.
Just to
Yeah.
be annoying. What sort of magic was it again? You said enchantment.
Enchantment and
Enchantment and
necromancy.
necromancy. My specialties.
Yeah, basically everything Esatari's good.
Wait,
Fucking
really?
hell, and Nessa's good at.
You nearly got the whole session without getting it muddled.
I know, I was doing so well.
But yeah, I do have spells other than that. But okay,
Yeah, of
so
course
we
you do.
can
You have the whole list.
Yeah,
but
no.
those are her favourite.
Yeah.
In all fairness, having magic limitations hits
Do you know,
the
it's
the hardest.
so
Yes.
frustrating because I was literally like, okay, I want to stick to a certain thing so that Anessa has like spells that she uses more than others, and those are the ones that she'll go to because I've got so many. I wanted to have like a niche, and the niche was necromancy. But so we can cast those spells, but don't do it in front of people. It would only be like small.
No,
No.
they know if you cast them anyway.
Yeah.
So don't cast any
TLDR.
enchantment or necromancy.
TLDR.
Yeah, you can
And
cast
basic
some
ones.
spells, just not in public.
It's preferred not to do it in public.
Yeah. Okay.
Quality of life spells.
Didn't you
Yeah.
also say something about divination magic as well?
Nope. Divination's fine.
Divination is fine.
How else are you meant to know what your servants are doing? Duh.
Oh, Michael's stealing the dishes again.
Oh, Michael said he sorted out the horses, but I'm watching him and he's having a nap in the stables.
Didn't you also
In the
say
scrying
healing
thing.
magic? You
No.
can't use it unless you're certified, like...
No. It's
That was
resurrection
Revivify.
because they're considered necromancy. Only state certified clerics and enforcers or someone of a similar level can cast that magic, or
We
you
can
can
get
cast it, yeah, with their permission. If you're casting that kind of magic in a back alley or something, and you don't have a ring on for some reason, different story. However, if literally anyone catches you and grasses you, and you don't have a ring on, at the very least with the ring, you have the protection of I had no choice. If you don't have a ring on, and they see you, if anyone catches you doing it and you're told on, you are basically death sentence. You have no
Legal immigrant.
Ow.
Yeah. you have no plea of like insanity kind of safety. Basically, you have no safety net
You
because
can't even insanity plea? That's crazy. I
Well,
could do that so
you-
well.
you can if you've got the ring on, because they'll know you're casting a spell because the ring will tell them you're casting the spell, and when they get there they might think it's reviving the dead, but well, into a zombie, but really you're reviving someone that you care for. So at least in
Yeah.
that occasion you're not supposed to do it and they don't want you to do it,
But
but
you're
it-
desperate.
but you're desperate and at least you're not bringing monsters from the grave, which is what they're scared of in the first place.
Oh, well, I was going to bring monsters from the grave, so...
That's a very rude thing to say
Stupid
about
my
us.
plans.
How dare.
You're allowed to say that we have to, investigate the rings first, but again, since my magic is of Fey origin, can it detect when I cast magic?
Yes, sort of.
So there's like
It's-
something's up. Something's
You're a
up.
bit more complex.
We don't know
Yeah.
what it is. But surely that would make them more paranoid, because they're like,
Yeah.
It's-
something's going on, we don't know what it is, this is
It's
unknown to
only
us."
with the rings. They're very one note. They either do or they do not. In the case of Esatari, because she is Fey in origin, enchantment magic works a little flippantly with detection because it's part of her. Fey are naturally charismatic. It's the whole deal. It's why she draws people so well to her, because of just who she is and what she is. People's curiosities immediately snap. It's like they've met her before and they just feel that little bit closer to her. But if she's casting necromancy is just inherently dark. Anything can
I
detect
don't think
that.
I've got any necromancy spells anyway. But
She'd probably cry if she had to use them, so...
Yeah.
That's why we would have never worked.
Or
The
would
dark
it work?
The light and dark, the
Would
yin
it work
yang.
better?
I was gonna say that makes
Yeah.
it more romantic.
Yeah, I know, we were the Romeo and Juliet, weren't we? Beast.
Not anymore. Now you've got whatever his name with the ring.
Yeah, we've still also not had
Last
our awkward
Alster.
conversation yet. We
No.
were meant to have that on the boat.
Oh yeah, we've not had that. We were going to do that this sesh, weren't we?
You can have that awkward conversation when we get to Lupulas.
At Lupulas.
Yeah.
Being like, oh,
Right.
here are two of the exes.
I mean, we don't have to go to
Ex-interest.
Loop. We don't have to go to Lupulas immediately. We can stop in at my mother's house and have a cup of tea, and you two can go into a room and have a conversation.
That sounds horrible, but okay.
I'm just saying, if you wanna get through that
It
now.
out.
To be fair, we could just be walking to where we're going, and you two could drag behind and talk whilst we walk.
Either
Yeah.
way, that will be for next session.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm not prepared. I need to think about what to say.
Yeah. Ripped it.
I think it would be safe to say we can end it there then.
Hey.
Everybody, we'll call it homework. Prepare what you want to do next session, because you kind of have, again, free reign. You'll have access to the people of Alden. You'll have access to the people of Custoden, who have all the facilities available. And again, as long as none of you are breaking the new laws or any common laws, and going by the subtle way I was trying to basically say the apex have been kind of squashed, you shouldn't run into trouble, as long as you're not intentionally looking for it.
We have to behave.
Not to mention, there's always Ophelia's lament, which last
That's
you
what I
were
was gonna
here
say.
is very empty.
Yeah. Next session, I want to go to Ophelia's Lament, and I also want to tell Anriel and Keir to meet us there.
Interesting.
Meet us at the brothel.
Yes.
Yeah. I want to meet Anriel at a brothel.
Yes.
That's where I got with
Hot.
your sister.
Also, are you talking about Oralinth? Because she ain't her sister.
What was she? I thought she was a sister.
No,
Good friend.
she was like
Pseudo
bestie.
mother.
She
Yeah.
ended up to be your sister. It was a sister.
No.
No, Angelina's my sister.
Angelina, that's it.
I'm not going to see my mother and Angelina. No, they're not. They're
Oh.
not. I mean, I will while we're here, but my
Don't
top
invite him to
priority.
the brothel.
I kind of want to make sure that Keir hasn't died of cancer and that Anriel's still not being life sapped by a scythe. That would be my main concern right now.
Yeah.
And to see whether that bitch has returned so I can beat the shit out of her. So that's my vote for Lycoris. There you go, my homework's done.
Cool. I hope you remember that into next week, because I have mostly forgotten already.
I'm going to type it in the chat.
Yeah!
SR just wants to see her uncle and all her boyfriends.
Her boyfriends.
So many.
Only two, okay.
Just two. Yes,
For
I
now.
would like to just, I don't know, look after Vlad and Ravi and see what Lycoris is up to.
You just want
I wanna
to be
see-
there for the drama.
Yeah. Well, initially, Anessa was interested in Anriel before too. So
Ooh.
she wouldn't say it, but she wants to make sure he's okay. But yeah, it was Anriel because I thought you were going for Kia, so I was like, Anessa.
Yeah, so did I,
Anriel.
but then she had that heart to heart with Anriel, and I was like, I like this better.
Yeah.
They have the whole watching everyone you love die thing in common.
Yeah. And then I was going after Resitari after that anyway, so. But she was initially interested in Anriel.
And by the time I decided I was gonna go for Sinon, you killed him.
He had a horrible last name.
He was so
Moldy
bullied, and I was
boy.
like, fine, he shall be mine.
Moldy boy.
And then he became dead.
He died a hero!
He did die a hero, you're right.
He died a moldy boy.
He died a hero, but a mouldy hero nonetheless.
Well, that's
Sorry,
good to
likes
have
for me.
though. Oh, that is true. Oh. He was a fun guy.
Wow.
Oh my god, that was so bad.
Wow. Somehow worse than any of mine.
Yeah, okay. I was gonna argue, but I'm like, no, I'll take it.
Yeah, there's no argument back from that.
Right.
That was...
At least when I make the shit puns, I intentionally make shit puns. Like I just take one word and just probe at that one word. That was a full-on old person joke.
Yeah, that was a bad dad joke. That was like
I love it.
uh, beautiful.
What? I guess
I
we can
enjoyed it.
call that then.
Yes, I am on half term next week, so I will be able
Ooh.
to start earlier and finish later if need be.
Yeah.
And it's
also,
Halloween.
It's
Oh, is it?
Halloween!
Oh shit,
I
so
need
it
to
is.
watch the Halloween episodes of Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Oh no, do you know what that means?
What?
Halloween theme episode, baby.
Oh my god, yes! But that I
Spooky.
can't use necromancy for a Halloween episode.
I know. I
Terrible.
know, it's gonna be horrifying.
Terrible.
It's gonna be like that type of Halloween you get in like American PTA societies, where it's like you can dress up for Halloween, but it can't be anything scary.
Yeah.
Nothing that
Right.
insults God.
Yeah,
Ugh.
nothing
Oh
that
my
can
God.
upset Jesus. My
Now,
daughter's gonna come as Bluey.
ugh.
Genuinely,
No.
like someone I worked with who was very religious, she wouldn't let her kids dress up as anything supernatural, and her son dressed up as like someone from Fortnite.
We had a complaint when I
What's
worked at a Christian school. We had a complaint that they were having a Halloween disco, so they said, "Come in your fancy dress," and they said, "I'm absolutely appalled that as a Christian school, you're allowing people to come in pagan costumes. So there's going to be
Ugh.
people dressed up as witches that goes against the word of God."
Ugh.
And the vice head replied back, "It's a children's disco."
Exactly.
Like, it's not that deep, bro. It's a disco.
Literally.
Concern tonight was, will some of the children turn up with actual knives?
Yeah.
That's a very real
Mm.
concern at the minute at our school.
Or it'd be like,
Someone
are they?
did bring a knife last year, so.
My concern is more like, you know, like kids who've been watching shit on like the Mendez brothers on Netflix. Like, are we gonna have
Yeah.
kids coming up as Jeffrey Dahmer? That's a concern. But a load of 7-year-olds dressed as witches, not really
Yeah,
concerning.
exactly. It's fine. Yeah, we had a kid a while ago. I think it was like the year before last, where his mum was like we did work on like Pride events and Black History Month, and we have like themed months.
Not
pretty
the
much
gays
every
and the
month.
blacks.
Exactly.
That was-
Exactly. She was like, I do not want him in any of these lessons. All
Oh.
the PHSE lessons, everything
Yeah.
to do with like
Get the fuck
like
over
changing
yourself.
bodies and stuff.
Yep.
She was like, no, I don't. She walked through the library and was like, what is this? Because we had a Pride display on. And
Yeah.
she's like, this is being shoved down my child's throat. But right, this kid was the campiest little kid you've
Ah,
ever
good.
known.
That's why she's so worried.
Yeah, exactly. I was just like, nah, it's just because you're worried about your kid turning out to be gay, but there's nothing wrong with that. So shut the
We
fuck up about it.
we had something
Sit
similar.
down.
We had a little boy who had parents who were very devout Muslim.
Mm.
So when we did Christmas, they wrote a letter saying that he wasn't allowed to be in the classroom if we were doing any Christmas activities or Halloween activities. So the poor 4-year-old, when we were doing like Christmas gifts and all of that stuff, he wasn't allowed to be given a gift.
That's
He had to be
so.
sent. He had to be sent to the head teacher's office to sit on his own whilst the kids were doing Christmas stuff.
I'm sorry, but
It's just
It- what? I don't know any of the books. I'm not gonna lie. What book? What religion says a kid shouldn't receive a gift?
Yeah.
Recontextualize it. He's not gonna go
Yeah.
to whatever equivalent to hell for getting a gift from another person.
exactly
But
at
this
4
was
years
the-
old.
yeah.
You're
this was the same-
excluding them.
It was the same.
Yeah.
It was the same parent that said that he wasn't allowed to play with girls because girls and boys aren't allowed to play together. So.
Oh my
No,
god.
that's nonsense.
And then the year
That's
before
not even
that,
religion. That is
Well,
not
wait-
even religion.
well, we had the year before that we had a child in the class who had 2 mums.
Cute.
So we read like Mama, Mummy, and Me,
Yeah.
and Tango Makes 3, which for context, Tango Makes 3 is about the gay penguins at New York.
yeah,
Zoo.
they're so cute. I love that story.
And we had parents complaining, like we had parents being like, "I don't know if I'm comfortable with this."
Shame, it's
Well,
not about you.
Get fucking comfortable with it.
Not
yeah.
not like officially to our faces, but just
yeah,
like
but
like
just saying to each other.
parents being like, but it's a book about gay penguins.
Yeah.
Get a grip. Your children
not-
are going to see gay people. It's not like they're these scary monsters. They're just people that live
You're
in
not
your
forcing them to
society.
watch porn or
Exactly.
anything.
Yeah, it's literally like
Exactly.
these little penguins are sad because all of the other families have got eggs, so they try to get a stone to turn into an egg. But then there's an orphan, and they raise the orphan, and everyone's happy. And people are like, "How dare you?
Sin.
How dare you push the
Sin.
gay penguins?"
Gay penguin agenda.
It's based on a true
such
story.
cute book. Yeah,
It's all the
such a cute
supernatural
story.
creatures. It's the gays, the blacks, and the witches.
A gay, a black, and a witch walks into a bar.
Yeah,
The twist on the
God.
cripple and the
the cripple, the
Vampire.
ASMR, and the reborn
Yeah.
vampire.
yeah.
Fucking.
Dear me, people are dumb.
Well,
aren't
in
they?
honor
Yeah.
of Halloween next week, I will wear fancy dress.
I will.
Behind my computer, so you can't see, but
Yeah.
I'll wear fancy dress.
But just
Yeah,
know
yeah. Trust me, guys. I'll be wearing it too. It'll be so cool. I'm just sad you can't see it.
I'll put on my Lycoris ears and my little wig.
Yeah.
Well, I
not
hope
I'm
the
going to be
sickly ones here
mindful,
feel
please.
better next week.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Thanks.
Hey Rachel, if it helps, I might have a. Oh shit! I was trying to think of the word. There's no word I
might
can
have
think.
a
I-
shit.
Yeah. Oh, I got a shit. I have a request for you for a map.
I can do that. I like making maps.
He's so excited.
Ritual has
Yes.
permission work.
I do this all the time. I
And-
say to Lee, if you want me to make a map, just tell me. I'll make a map for you. And he's always like, if I ever need one, I'll let you know.
And it finally happened.
I mean, I made the airship.
Yes. And it's
You're
fucking
like, he's not
awesome.
asked me, so I'm gonna make one anyway.
Yeah,
I was gonna
that
say we didn't yet have an airship, and you were like,
That was-
"I've made an airship. Now you
Yeah, that
have
was.
to give us one."
Well, it was when he said like, and your mother's got an airship you can use. So next week we'll like talk about all of this stuff. And I went after that session and just built an airship.
So,
I
funny
love it.
thing, I have no skill in drawing, so let that be the pre-warning for the crappy shit fuck fest I'm about to show you.
I'll be like, wow, this is art. It's
Yeah.
so beautiful.
Yeah,
Can
no,
you explain
yeah.
it?
Yeah, here is the beautiful drawing, just for all of your viewing pleasure.
Wow, beautiful. It looks like the Dragon Ball.
Well, I really like all the different colours that you've used, and I can see 2 plants at the top as well.
Yeah.
Atari's gardener will be
Yes.
very happy.
Okay.
And there's a ladder and doors.
Legit.
Well done.
Thanks.
The bench, nice bench.
Don't talk negatively about your artwork. My class have learned that. They are very
So-
positive about their artwork now.
Core idea, because again I have no skill in. I literally just use paint to do that doodle.
Lupula's sex engine.
No, close. But yeah, basically that's the very shit basic idea of it. But yeah, I'll go over that with you in a very long-winded message and or tomorrow on a call.
I think you can
Yeah.
definitely
Are we
work with that.
are we thotting tomorrow?
I was
I'm
just
down
going to
to thought.
ask. I would like to thought, but I don't mind if you want to do map stuff while we're on call as well.
I mean,
Like just
it-
a general chill.
literally either
mean-
or,
I don't mind.
because we've got an entire week, and to be honest, whether or not
Yeah.
this map ever gets used is kind of.
Mm-hmm.
I'm available, but I am working Saturday, so it is an early night for me tomorrow.
Maybe we do the chat and chill one then, so there's no
Yeah.
like no pressure. People can dip when they want to dip.
Yeah, yeah.
I
That
saw
sounds
that
good
I
to
had set an
me.
alarm
I'll-
for like 5.
Oh my god.
I'll probably just play Baldur's Gate
Nerd.
while we're chilling out.
I am probably playing Valheim with some of the other lads on
Nope.
the server tomorrow.
Have a nice Viking time.
Yeah.
We're starting up the old grind again to get onto Ashlands.
But
I remember you
Odin.
showing me what you did before, and I was like, how did you do this in Valheim? We managed to literally walk around in loincloths and club a god to death or something. Like, that is all we achieved. I was like, how do we
Full
build
phase,
this
man.
thing? It was a good time.
Something that every player in D&D achieves someday.
Bonk a god to death.
Yeah, we literally had sticks, didn't we? Like, loincloths and sticks, and we ended up killing a boss apparently, and everyone was like, how did you do that? I was like, don't know.
Perseverance, my dear.
Not a
Perseverance.
clue. It was great, but yeah, your Valheim save was very impressive that I saw last.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, and that was on. I think it was on my solo server. I think I was showing that. On the other servers we had some other thoughts going, but
Yeah.
the
I
previous
think
session.
I think you had some friends on this one.